I step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, oh. I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Ha! Monday comes into focus. Welcome to it. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh yeah, how was your weekend?
It was good. I did sweet nothing. It was good.
Tell you got a chilled vibe.
It was my first free weekend in years, literally.
Yeah, no, she's a hard-working girl. She deserved it. You deserve an amazing weekend, so hopefully that was the case. But we have got a crazy, frenetic start to the week coming your way. It's going to be diva-filled today, which is really awesome. But what's kicking us off?
Well, we'll take a look at all of the brand new shows that you can catch on SABC3. Of course, an exciting lineup. We also will be getting a new presenter pretty soon, as that finale is taking place of Presenter Search this week. Very excited.
Cannot wait to welcome someone to the fam, and then feeling like she's going to be part of the family by the end of the show. Lots of excitement on set this morning. We've got the gorgeous, the uber talented, the woman behind the hit Superwoman, Karen White, is here. One of the 2018 divas. As I said, it's a diva-inspired show, so we're going to get to know the game of rapid fire. There's nowhere to hide.
And then also performing on your Feel Good Breakfast show this morning, we have South African duo G&T. I'm talking about Sarah Jane Thomas and Shelly Gordon. They joining us as they will be performing and starting your Monday off on a great note.
Diva-ish, certainly in their talent, man. Absolutely love it. Then, I always have to sigh before our relationship chat. It's going to get interesting today. We are talking about your relationship status and how and when, or even if you should, reveal it online.
Well, they say nothing's official unless it's Facebook official. FBO.
So let us know on Facebook how you feel. We'll be opening the lines as well. 021-430-9881. How do you feel about your relationship status online? It's going to be an awesome show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's kick it off with our brother Bear Ewan with the news headlines.
Good morning, guys. So good to be hanging out with you. It's your Monday morning. Let's quickly jump into those official duties with your news headlines. Starting off with national news, Gautrain commuters have been advised to find alternative transport as workers will embark on a strike this morning. Now, this comes as wage negotiations deadlock between the Bombela Concession Company, the operator of the Gautrain, and the United National Transport Union. And in Cape Town, Transport Minister Bladen Nzimande said there was no doubt that the recent attacks on Metrorail trains in the mother city were arson. He said certain legislation needed to be reviewed regarding the Arson Act. 33 coaches have been damaged in acts of arson this year alone. And the National Prosecuting Authority has confirmed that an officer identified in the Ahmed Timol case, 80-year-old Jean Rodriguez, will be appearing in the Johannesburg Magistrates Court today on a charge of murder and defeating the ends of justice. Last year, the High Court in Pretoria found that Timol died at the hands of security branch apartheid police while he was detained at the then John Vorster Square in Johannesburg. Now, this effectively overturned the 40-year-old inquest finding, which endorsed the officer's version that Timol had jumped to his death from the building's 9th floor. And making your international news this morning, Zimbabwe votes today in an election that could, if deemed credible, tilt the country towards recovery after years of economic collapse and repression under former leader Robert Mugabe. The contest puts 75-year-old President Emmerson Mnangagwa, Mugabe's successor and former enforcer, who now says he represents change, against Nelson Chamisa, the 40-year-old leader of an opposition targeted by violence and intimidation in the past. Election results will be known by Saturday. Some 130 political parties will participate in the election, vying for Zimbabwe's 5.7 million registered voters. And a powerful 6.4 magnitude earthquake struck the popular tourist island off Lombok in Indonesia yesterday, killing 14 people, injuring 162 and damaging thousands of houses. Over 100 subsequent tremors were recorded, with the largest aftershock measured at 5.7 magnitude. Now, the earthquake was on land and did not trigger any waves or a tsunami. Earthquakes are quite common in Indonesia, which is located on the seismically active ring of fire that surrounds the shores of the Pacific Ocean. And that's what we have for you in terms of your news headlines. We'll run you through those headlines again in half an hour's time.
Let's kick it up with cricket this morning. The Proteas went 1-0 up in their 5-match ODI series against Sri Lanka, thanks to a pretty impressive 5-wicket win in yesterday's first ODI. Kagiso Rabada and Tobias Shamsi took 4 wickets apiece to limit Sri Lanka to 193 all out. It was before JP Durmani hit 53 of 32 balls to help the SA chase down the victory with 19 overs remaining. The second ODI of the series takes place this Wednesday at 11 a.m. South African time. Great weekend from a South African perspective in rugby as the Lions moved through to their third consecutive Super Rugby final, beating the Waratahs by 44 points to 23 in their semi-final showdown. That was on Saturday. At Ellis Park, the Lions bounced back from 14-0 down as they went on to outscore the Waratahs by 6 tries to 4 in the end. So the Lions will face the Crusaders in this weekend's final. Interestingly enough, the Crusaders making their 13th Super Rugby final after beating the Hurricanes by 30 points to 12 in that other semi-final. Then in cycling, it doesn't get much bigger. After 3 weeks, the 2018 Tour de France came to an end yesterday with Team Sky's Geraint Thomas in the yellow jersey. History was made in France as Thomas became the first Welshman to win the Tour as he finished the race with a 1 minute and 51-second lead over second-place Dutchman Tom Dumoulin. So on the general standings, Daryl Impey finished as the highest-placed South African in a very credible 46th position. And then finally in Formula One, Lewis Hamilton opened up a 24-point lead at the top of the drivers' standings yesterday, thanks to a first-place finish at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Starting from pole for the 77th time in his career, Hamilton cruised to his 67th career win with Ferrari Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen rounding off the podium. So now the Formula One season will take a break before returning on the 26th of August for the Belgian Grand Prix. And that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll delve a little deeper into those headlines in the first half hour right now. Let's see what the weather has in store.
Thank you so much, G. Let's quickly take a first look at your weather and your temperatures. It's nice and early on your Monday morning, and it looks like most parts of the country can expect a rather chilly start this morning, freezing down in the mother city this morning, but also reaching a mild to cool or mild maximums a little bit later on this morning. Polokwane this morning, 7 minimum with a maximum of 25 degrees. Mbombela 10.29. Pretoria 7.24. Johannesburg 7 minimum with a maximum 22 degrees. Mahikeng 9.25. Klerksdorp on 8 minimum, reaching a mild maximum of 24. Kimberley 6.23. Bloemfontein 1.21. Richards Bay 14.22. Pietermaritzburg 9.20. Durban starting off on 15, reaching a high of 22. Mthatha 6.19. East London 10 and a high of 20. Cradock -1 and a maximum 19 degrees. Port Elizabeth 8 and a high of 19. George 8.17. Sutherland 1.14. Cape Town 7 and a high of 18 degrees. Worcester 2.18. Springbok 2 and a high of 20. And Uppington starting off on a 9 minimum, reaching a nice and hot maximum of 26 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather and your temperatures for the 6 o'clock bulletin. We'll keep you updated throughout the course of your Monday morning. I'm back just after 6:30 with another look.
Well, of course, we live in a world that is constantly changing and life seems to be getting faster every single day. So as we welcome in today, the 30th of July, we pump the brakes to reflect on what happened on this day in history.
Where did the years go?
Yeah.
Because on this day in 1930, Uruguay won the first ever World Cup when they beat Argentina 4-2 on home soil, and that's in Montevideo.
Wow, can you believe it? Yeah.
First ever World Cup final.
Look at the gear they used to wear, guys. Is he wearing a cap while on the field? Crazy, just pixelated to the core. Anyway, also on this day in 1935, the first Penguin book was published, setting off the paperback revolution and making classic books accessible to the masses, beginning with Ariel by Andre Maurois.
Oh, very, very
There is
interesting.
the very first one. Wow.
And then on the 30th of July in 2003, that's in Puebla, Mexico, the very last original Type 1 Volkswagen Beetle rolled off the production line.
Wow.
It's nicknamed the King, and the final Beetle was serenaded by a mariachi band as production came to a halt after 65 years. These are classics.
When it rolled off that factory floor, that's our bite-sized dose of history today. Well, you go out there, seize the day and make it one for the books.
So we are certainly seizing the day this morning. In fact, seizing a beautiful future. We've got a great initiative to reveal to you. Changing the future one shoe, one step at a time.
I love that. Taking care of the environment at the same time.
Awesome.
And on the back of that, we're going to be getting into a bit of a stretching routine with the Rudy Witkowski this morning. There's the man dressed.
How are you feeling, dude? Are you limber?
Dude, this is not going to be a pretty sight. Okay, I'm going to jump in there with them and it can loosen up for the week ahead. Stick around and join us after the break.
We can start off with kick. Snare. Dis skip huis van huis. Ons maak in die spitale soepies. Sending you track now. Ineos.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show. I hope you filled up those coffee cups. And the month of July, I've really been enjoying it as we've come to celebrate Mandela Month. And Nelson Mandela is a man revered not only for his actions, but for his wise words too. So we're going to take a look at some of the interesting and profound words that he shared during his lifetime. And that is part of our Mandela Monday quote.
Yeah, and this one, my word. I feel compelled to kind of read it in my deeper voice because it's the last. He says, during my lifetime, I have dedicated myself to the struggle of the African people. I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve. But if needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die.
Oh man.
Nelson
Mandela, Nelson Mandela, Nelson Mandela.
I feel like we should do this for the rest of the year. Can we not do this every day for the rest of the year?
I feel like there are enough Madiba quotes to cater for every single day of the year.
A month was not enough.
I mean, so many of the quotes have spoken to what we can all do, but I think that out of all of the quotes that we've given speaks to the man that he was and the ideals that he lived for, and that was awesome, dude.
Absolutely,
Thank you, man.
you know,
made my day, man.
We all have a Madiba in us, and so some of us just choose to live it out with a voice.
Absolutely love it, man. Well, in this long walk to freedom, Nelson Mandela just kept walking, and it's inspired millions of young people, even though the world's over, to stay in school, get an education, and overcome their own difficulties, no matter how harsh. A school child can only get their education and keep walking if they have a decent pair of shoes in which to do so. So reformed gang member Sebastian Haricom did something about it.
The whole project is about bringing hope in the community, to uplift learners at the schools, whose parents can't afford for school shoes and for school uniforms.
Our Mandela Monday heroes, Sebastian Harricombe and the Hope Project, have taken a repeat cycle of gangsterism, drugs and their impact on children and turned it into a light for Manenberg and other communities.
Giving back is something very, very profound for me to see that the life I used to live before with the gangsterism and the drugs breaking down my community. It's something for me now to build up my community, to make a difference in the community, to stand out in the community, and also to gather people together. Something that motivated me is that when I was living outside, sleeping on the street, I didn't have proper school shoes to wear. I didn't have proper clothes to wear. So when my mother gave me a chance back into the house, I told myself, and that is where things started falling into place. I started going to church. And eventually, 6 years ago, I was invited to a school to come speak to kids in Q-Town.
As Sebastian used his own life example to caution against gangs and drugs, he noted the worn shoes of kids and approached Principal Ibrahim Joseph about getting footwear for them.
It is a benefit for the learners because, as you know, the area that we're situated in, a lot of parents not working, unemployment, a lot of parents depending on the SASSA, on the grant money. So the problem that we're sitting with, obviously, is children not having shoes, or most of them, especially now in the third term, shoes, gets broken. Parents come to the school and say they can't afford to buy school shoes because they, need to put food on the table. So in that case, obviously, it's been a huge benefit because the learners who receive those school shoes obviously are the ones who need it most. They come with broken school shoes, they come with tackies, they come with other shoes that's not applicable of wearing in the school.
I'm feeling very excited and I'm feeling very proud to have new shoes on my feet. I'm thankful for my new shoes and I'm very excited. Thank you all for bringing us new shoes.
Personally, I feel very, I will say, blessed and privileged to do this work by giving back as a young man.
I'm very proud of Sebastian, and I'm very proud the way God lifted him up and what he's doing in the community.
For the future, we're looking at helping many other communities with this project, the school shoes, donating uniforms as well. And also, the main goal is to work with more schools to reach young people and work with them not to join gangs and not to go into drugs. But our goal is to raise up young people in the community to also make a difference.
Right, it is nice and chilly on your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning, Sea Point. It is here, it is fresh, but we are okay. We're in our vests, it's okay. Rudy Witkowski joining us this morning, my brother. Thank you very much. And we're doing some stretching this morning, so let's get into the groove. It's the start of a brand new week, and this is a great way just to kick off and make sure that you're ready for this week. Stretching, man, very important.
Very important. The benefits of stretching. People forget about stretching. That's where their workout goes wrong. I
forget about stretching.
Fail number 101 is at stretching point. And there's two types of stretching, dynamic and static. And the thing people tend to fail at, they always, what I get so upset about is people tend to do, they start with static stretching.
Okay.
Where you need to do dynamic stretching, which improves your full range of motion, improves your flexibility. But people tend to start with static stretching.
Would you leave kind of static stretching for after a workout?
Exactly. When you need to do it after the workout. But those are your basic stretches that everyone seems to know of.
Okay. So now we have people out there asking, okay, static, dynamic. What's the story?
I'm going to start with dynamic because our next segment will take you through some statics.
Okay, cool.
Some static stretching. Right. But let's start with some dynamic
Let's
stretching.
do it, dude. Listen, I'm just warning you, all right? I don't know all the moans and groans with regards to stretching. It's a real thing. Okay, let's get through it.
We're first going to go into a downward dog. And we're going to bring our right leg forward. Back into downward dog. And you can feel that really improves your range of motion, improves your flexibility, gets the blood flowing all the way from your bottom of your toes all the way up to your head.
Getting into that hip flexors as well, which is amazing.
So important to stretch those hip flexors. Coming back up. Another nice one to do is what I tend to call the inchworm.
Okay.
You just walk down, down. And up.
It's all a bit about mobility.
All about mobility here. And it's so important that you move your body and you get that blood flowing to prevent injury during any races, during any sort of workout that you do. Or even just start your morning off with some basic stretching in the morning.
Right. Well, that feels a lot better already.
If you lunge forward and you just bring your hands back, all the way back, just opening up your abdominal areas, stretching out the glute, coming back. What you do to the right, you obviously got to do to the left. Go all the way up. Can you really feel it in that glute?
So good.
And the nice thing, you tend to do these stretches for just about 30 seconds. That's
so
just,
you would hold
depends
that
how
for
you
30
feel.
seconds, or you would continue alternating like this?
You'll continue alternating
and
for 30
that's the
seconds.
dynamic part.
As you can feel, that's fully dynamic.
Yeah. Great.
And then just bring your leg in, tucking it in, lying over, and then using your left arm, reaching for your left leg.
Oh my goodness, now it's getting complicated. Got it.
Can you feel that? It's a nice full body stretch.
Yes. Yeah.
Just drop that left leg and just alternating, stretching out your glute and your quads and your glutes are at the same time.
That's it. Oh boy.
How are you feeling?
Like a pretzel, but it's good. I feel like a pretzel, but it's okay.
We're in it together.
Eat me. No,
just alternate one more time.
But I mean, this is such a great way to start any workout. So how long would you say do you need to spend on dynamic stretching before going into a workout?
So it all depends. I tend to at least spend about 5 minutes on stretching. And that 5 minutes can do the world of good.
But it's amazing, like we've done this now for just a few minutes and already I feel so much looser, so much more agile.
Very agile. A nice one for a hip flexor, your very last one. If you just go around, twisting your hips up and around. This really provides you with that range of motion.
And this will also, of course, prevent you from unnecessarily injuring yourself going into your exercise segment. All right, perfect. Rudy, thank you very much, brother.
Thanks, Ewan.
We're going to be back with some static stretching a little bit later on, but once again, very important to make sure you stretch before and after a workout. I know that we all pressed for time. We pressed for time. We want to just get in there and get out, spend time on stretching. We'll be back with Rudy in just a bit.
Cool. Well, from those human pretzel positions, I think if you were doing that at home right now, you probably deserve a break, so we'll grant you one. And when we come back, we reflect on some of the highlights of the weekend's sporting action.
And then we're also going to play a game of Guess Who? Can you guess our mystery celeb? That's coming up after the break.
It's a Monday morning. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Hope the weekend was good to you, and thank you for choosing us to start off the week with. And listen, if you weren't watching some of the major sporting action of the weekend, we've got two highlights for you, which I think are the only two worth talking about. There was the rugby and there was the cricket.
Yeah, man. Certainly from a South African perspective.
Exactly.
And we can believe. We can have a little bit of hope. Why? Because the Lions were phenomenal up against the Waratahs at Ellis Park, giving Paul Swaysterbrain some grey hairs, 2 tries. It felt like in the opening 30 seconds, and this seems to be the Lions' style of late, but it lights a fire. But they were phenomenal in every facet of the game, in particular the individual performances. And I think this is where you need a team to not only show structure, but also to have those brilliant individual performances. Aphiwe Jantjie with an unbelievable chip over. Kwagga Smith was the man of the match. He was absolutely superb. His ability in open space, his ability over the ball. I mean, look at that. That's the Sevens rugby experience. But there's something to be said for that will that you are going to force the issue. And they say it's a game of inches. This felt like a game of yards, of meters. Unfortunately, Jantjie being taken off the field, but it gave us an opportunity to see Skosen back on the field again, which was awesome. Beautiful trip over. Elton Jantjies, he still feels a bit unsure for me when he backs himself. I mean, he backed himself for a 50-meter plus penalty kick and slotted it. If he can be on form, they might just stand a chance against the Crusaders, but I don't know, man. So they're in their third consecutive final. The Crusaders are in their 13th Super Rugby final at home. How will they beat them? I don't know. They looked just unbelievably complete against the Hurricanes. And I mean, that Hurricanes side is jam-packed with All Blacks. Richie Mo'unga was the man of the match there, and just an absolute standout. To make Beauden Barrett look rather plain and simple is quite a feat. Can the Lions beat the Crusaders on home soil? I don't even know if a New Zealand side can beat the Crusaders on home soil, but we believe, and maybe this is the way that we get over that kind of hurdle, the psychological hurdle from a South African perspective, is to go there and just play freely and do it without a hope, and they might just do it.
Absolutely, who knows? That was a mouthful. And then the Proteas also doing well there against Sri Lanka to take the very first of the 5 ODI match series by 5 wickets. Great performance from the bowlers, who I think at some point we had them at 36 for 5. They recovered pretty well in bringing up the 100, almost actually even getting to 200 runs. I think 193 was their final score.
What I loved about the balance there, again, it just felt like this was a more complete side. We were wondering what was missing from the South African team in that, obviously the dismal test performance. Maybe a bit of experience. JP Germany coming in and showing what he can do with a brilliant run-out. Also got a 50. Faf, our captain fantastic, also stepped up with some runs on the board. Kagiso Rabada, 4 wickets. Shamsi with 4 wickets, showing that we do have a spin attack and we need to utilize that on these very spin-friendly pitches. But South Africa needed, I think, to open their account with a bit of a psychological win, and that they certainly got, man.
Yeah, obviously also a lot of... the next match is taking place on the 1st of August. You can check it out. Good luck to the Proteas. Well done to the Lions and to our boys in green and gold. And of course, there was a lot more sporting action that we could talk about. Unfortunately, there's not enough time for these kind of things.
Online.
Absolutely. Right now, let's take a look at the news headlines of the morning.
Thank you so much, Jens. That's right. Let's quickly take another look at your news headlines this morning. Gautrain commuters have been advised to find alternative transport as workers will embark on a strike this morning. And in Cape Town, Transport Minister Bladen Monday has said that there is no doubt that the recent attacks on Metrorail trains in the mother city were acts of arson. And the NPA has confirmed that an officer identified in the Ahmed Timol case, 80-year-old Jean Rodriguez, will be appearing in the Johannesburg Magistrates Court today on a charge of murder and defeating the ends of justice. Last year, the High Court of Pretoria found that Timol had died at the hands of security branch apartheid police. And making international news this morning, Zimbabwe votes today in an election that could, if deemed credible, tilt the country towards recovery after years of economic collapse and repression under former leader Robert Mugabe. Election results will be known by Saturday. And a powerful 6.4 magnitude earthquake struck the popular tourist island of Lombok in Indonesia yesterday, killing 14 people, injuring 162 and damaging thousands of houses. More than 100 subsequent tremors were recorded, with the largest aftershock measured at 5.7 magnitude. That's a quick roundup of your news headlines. We'll expand on those stories at the top of the hour.
Bringing you a very quick sporting synopsis. The Proteas went 1-0 up in their 5-match ODI series against Sri Lanka thanks to a 5-wicket win in yesterday's first ODI. That second ODI taking place this coming Wednesday, 11 a.m. South African time. Then in rugby, the Lions moved through to their third consecutive Super Rugby final, beating the Waratahs by 44 points to 23 on Saturday, while the Crusaders, they were convincing in their defeat of the Hurricanes 30-12. In cycling, doesn't get much bigger after 3 weeks. The 2018 Tour de France came to an end yesterday with Team Sky's Geraint Thomas in the yellow jersey. Daryl Impey finishing as the highest placed South African in a very credible 46th position. And in Formula One, Lewis Hamilton opening a 24-point lead at the top of the drivers' standings yesterday, thanks to a first-place finish at the Hungarian Grand Prix. More on all of those stories on the top of the hour right now. Let's see how the roads are looking.
There's been an accident on the R59 northbound in Gauteng. That's before the Swartkoppies. Currently slowing down traffic, so please keep a lookout for that. And with regards to the Gautrain strike, Gautrain passengers are urged to please make alternative travel plans as the strike kicks off today over wage disputes. A reduced train service will currently operate until 9 a.m. this morning and then again from 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. That's where I leave your traffic for now.
More than a club, more than an appliance brand. Defy.
Right, thank you, Zoe. It's just after 6:30. Let's quickly take another look at your weather and your temperatures going into your Monday morning. And it looks like most parts of South Africa can expect a rather chilly start, reaching cool to mild maximums a little bit later on today. I'll run you through. Polokwane starting off on 7 minimum with a maximum of 25 degrees. Mbombela 10 and actually a warm 29. Pretoria 7:24. Johannesburg 7:22. Mahikeng 9:25. Klerksdorp 8:24. Kimberley 6:23. Bloemfontein on 1 minimum, reaching a high of 21. Richards Bay 14:22, Pietermaritzburg 9:20, Durban 15 and a high of 22, Mthatha 6:19, East London starting off on 10 minimum, your maximum 20, Cradock -1, nice and cold, staying cool at the maximum 19 degrees, Port Elizabeth 8:19, George 8:17, Sutherland on 1 degree minimum this morning with a cool maximum of 14 degrees, Cape Town 7:18, Worcester 2:18, Springbok 2 and a high of 20, and Uppington starting off on 9 minimum, warming up to 26 degrees later on. As a wrap of your weather and your temperatures for the 6:30 bulletin, I'll bring you another roundup at the top of the hour.
All right, let's play a little game of Guess Who, shall we? You know how it works. We blur out a picture of someone very well known, somebody making news headlines right now, and give you a couple of clues, and you link up with us on social media, and let's see whether you can guess our mystery guest this morning.
That's right. Well, we've got a couple of clues to make it easier, and this is a South African fashion designer who started his self-titled fashion label in 2014.
He was also named the African Fashion International Young Designer of the Year in that very same year, 2014, so clearly a good year.
That's right, and he also made his furniture design debut this year and goes hand in hand with the newly launched lookbook titled Nwa Mulumula after his late great-grandmother.
There we go. All right, so what you need to do is head on over to our social media platforms at Expresso Show, of course, on Twitter, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3 on Facebook, and let us know whether you know who this mystery person is. Guess who?
Thank you very much, guys. All right, get those guesses in, and we'll see if we can reveal them a little bit later on. And if you were, in fact, switched on for your Monday morning. I'm still not switched on. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we run you through some of the brand new shows that you can expect right here on SABC3. Good morning, Princess.
Morning, Princess. And if you are talented, it doesn't get much bigger than iPop. We're going to introduce you to some awesome young talent and hopefully reveal how you can make yourself famous even right now, but an awesome opportunity for some very talented young South Africans.
Wish I could tie you up in my shoes, make you feel I'm pretty too. I was told I was beautiful, but what does that mean to you? Look into the mirror, who's inside there? The one with long hair. Same old me again today. My insides are cool, my insides are blue. Every time I think I'm through, it's because of you. I try different ways, but it's all the same. And at the end of the day, I have myself to blame. I'm just tripping. You can buy your hair if you won't grow. You can tweak your nose if you say so. You can buy all the makeup the man can make. But if you can't look inside you, find out who am I to be in a position to make me feel so damn unpretty. Make you feel unpretty too. To keep himself out of trouble, so he goes out and he makes his money the best way he knows how. Another body laying cold in his gutter. Listen to me, don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way. But I think you're moving too fast. Hey? Yeah. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show. It's Monday morning, in case you weren't sure of what day of the week it is, but time for us to find out what our local stars have been up to over the weekend.
Yeah, and a great way to start the week indeed. Massive congratulations and ululations are in order to for celebrity chef Sibam Dongana and her husband, Brian, who have welcomed their 4th child together into the family. Now, the couple announced their pregnancy in May and shared their beautiful photos of their baby moon in June. And then Siba shared the news on Instagram, writing, "We're so excited to finally welcome her. Her siblings are so excited and fighting over her already. 4th time around, and I still maintain that childbearing and birthing is one of the greatest miracles of all times." Now, according to the social media post, their daughter is named Ntando Yenkosi and arrived early on Thursday morning, weighing in at 3.4 kilograms at birth, looking beautiful. And she says, "Thank you, Lord, for this precious and beautiful addition to our family, and thank you all for your kind words throughout the pregnancy," she added on that. Beautiful stuff.
I know, and I love how Siba also said she's the scale balancer at home. 2 boys and 2 girls.
Your family lunches are going to be so colorful now, even more so.
Oh, congratulations.
Absolutely.
How adorable.
It's a lovely picture as well. Like, I'm loving that silhouette vibe.
Oh, teeny tiny baby, newborn.
Everyone's probably like wondering, can they like lighten the shade to see the baby's face? No, just appreciate that.
For more
Beautiful.
pictures.
Congratulations.
Well, congratulations, Siba and Brian and the whole family on the arrival of your new little one. But when it comes to SABC3, they're always looking for fresh and new content in the form of new shows. And next month, SABC3 will be bringing new shows to the program, as well as new seasons of our favorite ones. And Tolo was at the launch to get the lowdown.
SABC3 will always strive to deliver programs that are thought-provoking, informative, and above all, entertaining. SABC3, the stage is yours.
There's no doubt that SABC3 is synonymous with only the best and quality when it comes to their programming, and every once in a while we treat it to some brand new shows on the channel. Today we get to see what to expect on our favorite stage in the weeks to come.
I felt betrayed.
When it comes to betrayal, nobody does it better than the Survivor contestants.
I have to win this game.
I am very attracted to you. You're tall and rugged and handsome like a lumberjack in a porno.
Okay. Nightfall follows the Knight Templar, their secrets, their faith, and their loyalty that made them the Crusades' elite warriors. Another elite force are the Ravens, a local crime-fighting organization.
Blue Whale App is an augmented reality game. It ends when you kill yourself.
With me is the general manager of channels at SABC3, which means that he's probably the mastermind behind SABC3's new program revamp. David, tell me, what was the inspiration or the thought process behind this new program revamp?
I think SABC3 is now getting into a stage where we are trying to make it a progressive channel. We're making it an accessible channel for anyone who's also a progressive, affluent South African. And they enjoy life in general. So there'll be a lot of lifestyle programs, whether it be travel, whether it be the business side, in terms of entrepreneurship shows, adrenaline, thriller through dramas. You'll notice we've got Nightfall. It's content that we're hoping that this target audience will feel, and also South Africans will feel, whatever it is that they believe in, whatever it is they aspire to be, they will see on the channel. Well, the stage is yours, literally. You know, SABC is your platform as a viewer for you to enjoy content, but also we would like to say that the stage is yours, you know, as a South African. The time is yours for now to make something out of your life. So don't hold yourself back, but also to celebrate.
With me is SABC3 program manager Hamilton Nguba, who knows all about the changes and the inspiration behind these changes. Hamilton, I want to know what inspired the revamp this time around?
As we had promised that we will keep on reimagining our shows and introducing new shows, is keeping with that promise and introducing new shows. And it's a new month, August, for the next coming 3 months. Those are the shows that we're launching for August and September and October. For me, I'm excited about The Docket, which is a local drama. It's very much equivalent to an international drama. And I'm very much excited about also the launch of Nightfall, which is a foreign drama. And it's going to be the first time shown to South Africa through SABC. And another show that's exciting is called The Launch. And I'm saying to the viewers, stay tuned to SABC3 to experience just how we are trying to reimagine our programming in an exciting way.
With me is the executive producer and director of the much-anticipated crime drama, The Docket. Dom, I want to know what inspired the creation of a crime series.
Well, one of our creatives in the building, Helen Smith, she came to us and she said, I've got this wonderful idea for a show. It's based on a super elite force within a South African context, and we all know the stories that we've all read in the media about the Scorpions, the Hawks, and various others, the SIU. So there it began, and we started putting together this incredible show with the strong female protagonist at the center, and we started really building the building blocks and presented the idea to this SABC, and here we are with this show about to air on the 22nd of August.
This journey for me was very different in the sense that it's something that I've never experienced before. The crew was incredible, the production was incredible, the cast is absolutely incredible, and the story and the stuff that it relates to is something that I don't think has been focused on in recent years on TV. So we really are pushing boundaries with this show.
You know, I grew up watching SABC3, so to have to create content for SABC3 is just amazing, and they've got really an amazing team. Our commissioning editor is always with us. You know, she gives us the stories, she reads, she sends back, so it's really been an amazing journey. This event is really a testament to that. We're really proud of the work that we have achieved, and we really wish SABC well.
SABC3 has supported us from day one. We've invested so much of our love and our integrity and our creativity into this show, and the channel has supported us at every turn. So we're really excited, and we hope that audiences are going to respond well to the show.
I think the lineup is really exciting. I think SABC3 needed to do this for a long time, which was come up to date to the viewers that it wants to punt to and to its consumers, which are discerning viewers, viewers that have a world view, and really bring them content that is worthwhile of their viewing. So I'm most looking forward to the new detective show. I love things that are uniquely South African and that are not only South African stories but told from a South African perspective.
I must admit that when I think of SABC3, one show I definitely always think about is Isidingo, and with me is one of the cast members. How does it feel like being part of such an iconic show on SABC3?
That it's humbling. It's humbling indeed. There's no other way to explain it. I'm very happy to be there.
I have to say the show I'm looking forward to the most is The Docket. It's so brilliant to see South African productions going into the crime drama and actually being revolutionary in what we do and competing, hopefully globally, with high quality production value.
The thing that sets the channel apart from other channels is the fact that they are really looking after local content and also trying to advance much local talent, which is much needed.
As you've seen and heard for yourself, SABC3's new program revamp promises to be nothing short of amazing. Anything you want to watch on the small screen, we've got you covered, of course, because the stage is yours.
SABC3, the stage is yours.
Oh man, the stage is yours. That couldn't be more true than for one of our next young performers and incredible talent. If you think you've got talent and the opportunity to shine on a global stage, then listen up. DMH Talent Agency is holding nationwide auditions to look for talent to take part in the 2018 International Presentation of Performers, or IPOP as it's known, talent convention in Las Vegas this coming December, next July. National IPOP Scout and Director of DMH Talent Agency, Tennille Ladwig, joins us this morning with Liam Bosman, an IPOP success story, to share more about what must be the opportunity of a lifetime. Even if it's a young lifetime, it's really cool. Tennille, thank you so much for joining us. Well done, dude.
Great to be here.
You must be just buzzing at the moment. But let's start at the beginning and maybe the ethos of why we're doing all of this. Why is it so important for young people to have this opportunity, and why should they be joining a talent agency like DMH?
I think in terms of joining a talent agency, a lot of artists are exploited in the industry. So an agency is there and they bring that element of protection. What was your first question there? Sorry, I completely missed that.
Yeah, like why is it so important to have this platform even at a young age like this?
Okay, in terms of your South African artists, locally I find just growing the opportunity, their dream is to always go international. So that is what we try and accomplish through IPOP.
Do you feel like it's started? Do you feel like that door has opened? What's this experience been like?
Yeah, it feels like it's going to like the next level, you know. It's like a massive stepping stone, you know. Like you couldn't find this experience anywhere, you know.
What is that talent? Maybe both of you can identify this. What do you feel got him there, and what do you feel got you there?
I think passion. Obviously, he is a talented individual in terms of his acting. So we provide the opportunity to models, actors, singers, and dancers. Liam actually attended the convention as an actor and ended up modeling and got some impressive callbacks from international agents, and will be returning to LA in about a month. But I remember when we first saw him in our auditions, he just stood out from all the rest. He just has that star quality, and that's what we're looking for in the upcoming auditions as well. We want to see artists that are really passionate about the arts. And, you know, I think the entertainment industry is such a difficult industry for a lot of people. And if you don't have that hunger, you don't prevail in the entertainment industry.
I mean, in LA, dude, you're joining literally millions of other actors. Where in South Africa, we have the opportunity to stand out because it's a very small pool. Do you feel like the next phase for you is going to LA, is going to kind of start that chase out there?
It's very intimidating because all the competition is there because, you know, why would they take a South African kid to play something like Fringe, you know, when they have everybody there already? And it's just like, it's intimidating, but I believe I can do it, and it's the mindset, mainly the mindset.
I don't want you to pigeonhole yourself now because you're really, really young, but what is the end game here? What is the dream or the goal?
I love acting, and I want to be a full-time actor and hopefully win an Oscar.
Do it, man. Not hopefully, say I will.
I will.
I will.
I will next week.
There are so many South African actors dominating. Kim Engelbrecht, I'm constantly seeing her coming back from LA, dominating on The Flash. Just very quickly, how can other brilliant young performers like Ian get on board and audition with you guys?
We've got auditions coming up 9 August. So we'll be in East London, Joburg, Durban, Cape Town, and hopefully we're adding Bloem to our audition phase. And they can literally send us an email, go on to our social media pages, send us a message, our website, And yeah, we'll literally send them all of our audition details, what they should prepare. Yeah, and we'll see them in August.
Just being really, really immature qualify you to
Absolutely,
join it.
it's always
I'm in there,
entertaining.
man. Liam, dude, you really are representing yourself like a champion, man.
Thank you.
All the best of luck. Stay humble through the process and just work as hard as you can. And I think you've got the right partner in your corner there. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Thank you.
All the best of luck,
so
dude.
much.
I'm getting goosebumps thinking about your future, bro. Very exciting. The DMH Talent Agency will be holding those auditions, as Danielle said, in East London on the 4th of August, Durban on the 11th of August, Johannesburg on the 18th of August, and Cape Town on the 25th of August, with the iPop Talent Convention taking place in Las Vegas this December and next July. Full details about the auditions can be found by visiting dmhagency.co.za, and more information about iPop can be found at ipopla.com. Go and do it. Embrace your future.
All right, let's quickly take a look at what's heading your way after the break. Stick around because we have the incredibly talented G&T. Here they are, looking fabulous, performing for us after the break. Don't miss it.
And it's also a very special kind of Monday as we welcome international singing superstar Karen White is in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be chatting to her after the break. Don't miss out.
This week on Top Billing, we're in the sky with Chiano Sky.
Woo! Mops goes Greek.
I joined the restaurant business in the north of Athens.
It's father against son.
It is a battle of the generations.
And the clock will be the judge.
You will not want to miss Jerry and Lorato Macheto on Top Billing. You can catch it all this Saturday at 6 p.m. or repeat Sundays at noon. The stage is yours, gentlemen. Start your engines.
Scrub is a guy that thinks he's fine, is also known as a buster. Always talking about what he wants, and he sits on his broke ass. So no, I don't want your number. No, I don't wanna give you mine, and no, I don't wanna meet you nowhere. No, I don't want none of your time, and no, I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me, hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me, hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. You have a car and you're walking. Oh yes, son, I'm talking to you. If you live at home with your mama. Oh yes, son, I'm talking to you. If you have a shorty and you don't show love. Oh yes, son, I'm talking to you. I wanna give a me, but nobody, no love. I don't want no scrub. Scrub, no, no, no.
So let's go for 9. Just give me a quick mic check, please, for this one.
1, 2. Oh, I'm sleeping. I can't just now he's not walking here. Are we going to the... Or maybe I can bring you for the first one. I can bring babe for the first one. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a beautiful Monday morning, and in case you didn't know yet, South Africa has welcomed an international singing superstar, in fact, superwoman hitmaker, Karen White in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. She's here, and during the break, I taught her something really cool, which I thought would be a great way to introduce you to our audience. So can we try it? Okay, here we go. Mogolokwane!
Do it with me again, I forgot.
Yes! 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 The motherland has welcomed you now.
Yes.
You are officially here. Karen, it's great to have you here.
Oh, man.
But before we get to talking the real music stuff, the serious stuff, we do a little quick fire, 60 seconds, rapid questions. You answer with the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
Are you ready for that? All right.
Sure.
We're going to count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start the clock. All right. If you had a time machine, would you go to the past or the future?
Future.
To the future. South Africa or America?
South Africa.
Who is the last person you texted and what did you say?
Derek Muhammad, my boyfriend, and I said, "You're amazing."
Oh, if you weren't a musician, what would you be doing?
A lawyer.
Ooh, summer or winter?
Winter.
Do you prefer your toilet roll over or under?
Over.
Pineapple on your pizza or no?
No.
Movies or books?
Movies.
Who's the last person you said I love you to?
My daughter.
Your favorite spot in Cape Town?
Soccer.
Ooh, if you could collaborate with any performer in the world, who would it be?
Like, hurry up. Oh, Childish Gambino.
Oh, wow. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Night.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Favorite song to dance to?
I can't think.
I had to ask this one though. Michael B. Jordan or Chadwick Boseman?
Michael B. Jordan.
No, and so saith the entire world too. But listen, it's so great to have you here on our Feel Good Breakfast show. And this is your third time in South Africa.
Yes, my third time, and it's lovely, and I'm just, man, the love that I'm getting has been incredible.
Yeah.
And, you know, because I've been away from the business for a while, and so I had no idea that I was, you know, had this whole audience over here.
Still so loved.
Yes.
Still so loved. The love never really stopped.
And that is just like, when you talk about legendary music, legendary artists, my album, Superwoman, will be 30 years this year.
Come on, guys. 30 years, guys.
30. I mean, I feel like I'm 30. So
you look absolutely amazing.
I'm like, what happened to the 20-something? You know. So it's just been a great. It's always an amazing time, but this time especially has been incredible. And we get to see this city, and we're going to be here for 4 days in Cape Town.
Amazing. And when you think about it, 30 years ago. And this record comes out, and it's absolutely amazing, blows up the entire world over. What do you think was it about that song, that record, that made it so special, that everyone just resonated with it?
Well, as the subject matter of, just what it was saying, the women really related to, don't take me for granted, and, I'm only human, and I'm not a superwoman. And, as women, we are expected to be all these things, and we usually, juggle and carry all the balls, but I think it was just an anthem for so many women. And when I sang it, I was young. I didn't really think I was a superwoman in training, right? But when I sing it today, it takes on a whole nother meaning because I've lived life and been through some things, and so now I totally understand what it means to be a superwoman.
And you certainly are a superwoman in certain other aspects as well, because you co-wrote and starred in a film called Gale in the Storm.
Yes.
Bringing back the funk, loving that poster.
Oh, thank you. I know, huh?
Boom.
Giving my, like, Jackie Brown meets, coffee kind of 70s feel. Yeah, so this
Tell
movie...
me about that movie.
Yeah, okay, it's about a legendary funk singer who walks away from the business at the height of her career. Sounds kind of familiar.
Yes, a bit of a mirror effect there, if you will.
Right. And she hooks up with a revolutionary music producer who tries to get her back into the game. And it's a really good feel-good movie. It's an independent movie. We like to call it like our little cult film because, we did it quick, 7 days. We shot it. We did the soundtrack while filming the movie in 2 days. And it was, when you're doing a film, everything has to kind of line up, with, the scenes, the weather. And so it was just, an eclipse happened that week. So it was like Gale in the Storm. It was perfect. So I'm really proud of this cute little independent film.
It was meant to be. It was meant to be. It's such an honor and a privilege to have you in our studio. Lovely that you are enjoying our country as well, and I hope that you're enjoying the atmosphere of this Monday morning. And we can't wait to hear you sing as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Karen White in the studio!
Well, it's just going 7 o'clock right now. Let's quickly take a look at your news headlines. It's your Monday morning. Starting off with national news, Gautrain commuters have been advised to find alternative transport as workers will embark on a strike this morning. Now, this comes as wage negotiations deadlock between the Bombela Concession Company, the operator of the Gautrain, and the United National Transport Union. And in Cape Town, Transport Minister Blade Nzimande said there was no doubt that the recent attacks on Metrorail trains in the mother city were arson. He said certain legislation needed to be reviewed regarding the Arson Act. 33 coaches have been damaged in acts of arson this year alone. And the National Prosecuting Authority has confirmed that an officer identified in the Ahmed Timol case, 80-year-old Jean Rodriguez, will be appearing in the Johannesburg Magistrates Court today on a charge of murder and defeating the ends of justice. Last year, the High Court in Pretoria found that Timol died at the hands of security branch apartheid police whilst he was detained at the then John Vorster Square in Johannesburg. Now, this effectively overturned the 40-year-old inquest finding, which endorsed the officer's version that Timol had jumped to his death from the building's 9th floor. And making international news this morning, Zimbabwe votes today in an election that could, if deemed credible, tilt the country towards recovery after years of economic collapse and repression under former leader Robert Mugabe. The contest puts 75-year-old President Emmerson Mnangagwa, Mugabe's successor and former enforcer, who now says he represents change, against Nelson Chamisa, the 40-year-old leader of an opposition targeted by violence and intimidation in the past. Election results will be known by Saturday. Some 130 political parties will participate in the election, vying for Zimbabwe's 5.7 million registered voters. And a powerful 6.4 magnitude earthquake struck the popular tourist island of Lombok in Indonesia yesterday, killing 14 people and injuring 162 and damaging thousands of houses. Over 100 subsequent tremors were recorded, with the largest aftershock measured at 5.7 magnitude. The earthquake was on land and did not trigger any waves or a tsunami. Earthquakes are quite common in Indonesia, which is located on the seismically active ring of fire that surrounds the shores of the Pacific Ocean. That's where we leave your news headlines. We'll run you through those headlines once again in half an hour's time.
Updating you after a frenetic weekend of sport. First up in cricket, the Proteas went 1-0 up in their 5-match ODI series against Sri Lanka, thanks to an impressive 5-wicket win in yesterday's first ODI. Kagiso Rabada and Tobias Shamsi took 4 wickets apiece to limit Sri Lanka to 193 all out. That was before JP Durban hit 53 of 32 balls to help SA chase down the victory with 19 overs remaining, a good sign. That second ODI of the series will take place this coming Wednesday at 11 a.m. South African time. In a big weekend in South African rugby as the Lions moved through to their 3rd consecutive Super Rugby final, beating the Waratahs by 44 points to 23 in their semi-final showdown on Saturday. At Ellis Park, the Lions had to bounce back yet again from 14-0 down this time as they went on to outscore the Waratahs by 6 tries to 4. Kwagga Smith, the man of the match there. So the Lions will face the Crusaders in this weekend's final, the Crusaders' 13th Super Rugby final. That was after they beat the Hurricanes 30-12 in their semi-final. Then on to cycling, it doesn't get much bigger. After 3 weeks, the 2018 Tour de France came to an end yesterday with Team Sky's Geraint Thomas in the yellow jersey. History was made in France as Thomas became the first Welshman to win the Tour, finishing the race with a 1 minute and 51-second lead over second-place Dutchman Tom Dumoulin. On the general standings, Daryl Impey finished as the highest-placed South African, a very credible 46th position. Then finally, in F1, Lewis Hamilton opened a 24-point lead at the top of the drivers' standings yesterday, thanks to a first-place finish at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Starting from pole for the 77th time in his career, Hamilton cruised to a 67th career win, with Ferrari Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen rounding off the podium. So now the F1 season takes a break before returning on the 26th of August for the Belgium Grand Prix. Touch on those headlines again in a half hour. Right now, let's get a traffic update.
There are heavy delays on the N1 southbound, that's between Swartkoppies and New Road in Noordwijk, and Gautrain passengers are urged to please make alternative travel plans as a strike kicks off today over wage disputes. A reduced train service will operate this morning until 9 a.m. and again from 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. I'll have another update for you in half an hour.
Don't fear the flu. Boost your immune system with Effaflu C Immune Booster by Pharmadynamics. Effective, affordable healthcare.
Let's get into your weather and your temperatures once again. It's your Monday morning, nice and fresh down in the mother city with a beautiful sunrise happening behind me there. Promise you that's all real, no tomfoolery with regards to green screen. But it looks like the majority of the country can expect chilly conditions this morning, reaching cool to mild maximums as well. Polokwane is starting off on 7 minimum, reaching a high of 25 degrees. Mbombela 10.29. Pretoria 7 and a high of 24 degrees. Johannesburg 7.22. Mahikeng 9.25. Klerksdorp 8 and a high of 24. Kimberley 6.23, Bloemfontein 1 minimum with a maximum 21, Richards Bay 14 and a high of 22, Pietermaritzburg 9.20, Durban 15 and a high of 22 degrees, Mthatha 6 and 19, East London 10 minimum with a maximum 20, Cradock -1 and a high of 19 degrees, Port Elizabeth 8 and 19, George 8.17, Sutherland 1 minimum reaching a high of 14 degrees, Cape Town 7.18, Worcester 2.18, Springbok 2 and a high of 20, and Uppington starting off on 9 minimum with a nice and warmer maximum 26 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather and your temperatures. For the 7 o'clock bulletin, we'll bring you another update in half an hour's time, just after 7:30.
Well, a very special morning indeed as we're joined by a strong lineup of powerful female vocalists here to celebrate divas in music. Now, this past weekend, Cape Town enjoyed the Divas 2018 production. And this coming weekend, it's Port Elizabeth's turn. And ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have R&B royalty in the studio. Karen White will be performing for us a little bit later on. But right now, superstars in their own right and our favorites, G&T, to kickstart your Monday morning with a TLC medley. Woo!
Pretty too. I was told I was beautiful, but what does that mean to you? Look into the mirror, who's inside there? The one with long hair. Same old me again today. My insides are blue, my insides are cool. Every time I think I'm through, it's because of you. I try different ways, but it's all the same. And at the end of the day, I have myself to blame. I'm just tripping. You can buy your hair if it won't grow. You can fix your nose if you say so. You can buy all the makeup the man can make. But if you can't look inside you, find out who I'm to. Be in a position to make me feel so damn unpretty. Make you feel unpretty too. To keep himself out of trouble, so he goes out and he makes his money the best way he knows how. Another body laying cold in blood. Listen to me. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. 'Cause I know that you're gonna have it your way. Also known as a buster, always talking about what he wants and he sits on his broke ass. So no, I don't want your number. No, I don't wanna give you mine. No, I don't wanna meet you nowhere. No, let's have one under your time. And no,
morning. Beautiful stuff. We can't wait to chat to GNT and find out about their Divas 2018 experience. But we're going to take a break from that wonderful performance, and we'll see you shortly. I don't want no scratch.
Don't miss an Afternoon Express special today live at 4:30 p.m. on SABC3 as we bring you the smooth and soulful voice of American diva Karen White, who rose to prominence in the late 80s. Plus, we look at a nationwide march coming up in August against gender-based violence called #Total Shutdown. That's Afternoon Express, weekdays at 4:30 p.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
Well, I don't know. Bruce, I just wanted to hear, should I put them on or? Yeah, because in there's, okay. Okay. You don't have to, just see me. See, I know that nothing changes, but this just don't make no damn sense. If we're gonna keep saying we love one another, well then we better stop fighting and arguing, 'cause baby, I'm sorry. Before, now I know that it hurts to hold on even more. Now I'm not crazy. I won't a fool for love. You guys sing it. I'd rather be alone than be unhappy. I'm not gonna choose for you. I'd rather be alone than be unhappy. Yeah. I know it's time to go when I feel lonely. Oh, when I'm laying in your arms and it don't feel right. 'Cause every time I feel up, go. Yeah.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. I don't know if you can see my coffee there, my coffee on the table. If Kat and I look like kids smiling on Christmas Day. You are absolutely right. The amazing team at Addy, we love you guys, have sent us a pair of their Adidas Ultra Boost shoes. These may look like regular shoes, but would you believe if I told you that these shoes are completely made out of plastic?
Yes, I wouldn't believe it, but believe it because it's true. Now, Adidas have partnered with Parley for the Oceans, and they've used impressive technology to turn ocean plastic into shoes and other activewear as well, which is absolutely brilliant. But to put it all into perspective of why this is so critically important, take a look at this.
Take a look at this. Over there.
We made an incredible, moldable, indestructible material, but when we dump it, it doesn't go away. Now, one truck of it ends up in our oceans every minute. It's killing sea life. the fish eat the trash, then we eat the fish. We're feeding ourselves our own garbage, and it's now in our bloodstreams. We've got to avoid plastic, we've got to get it out of the ocean and reuse it. Look, what if we took some trash and made a sports shoe out of it? And then we made 1 million more from 11 million plastic bottles. What if that was just the start? And what if everyone did that?
That is just epic. That's epic.
It needed someone to do this, to take that massive leap. So by 2020, Addy wants all of their shoes to be made using recycled plastic, which is so inspiring and will hopefully encourage other big brands out there to do exactly the same thing. And as the name Ultra Boost suggests, these shoes boost your performance with their ultra lightweight comfort. So there is no compromise on performance, which I think was going to be always the silver bullet with this, man.
None whatsoever. So by purchasing an Adidas Party product, you can proudly aid in combating the global plastic crisis too. And of course, we urge you all out there to reduce your plastic use at home, at work, wherever you can have an impact. And it's as easy as eliminating just one item. But if you want to get your hands on a pair of these Adidas Ultra Boost Parley shoes, then you can shop the look in store, or you can visit the shop.adidas.co.
Yeah, what he said, man. What
there we
said
go.
over there.
Oh man, awesome shoes, awesome initiative. I've got my Adidas Ultra Boost Parley on as well, man. Here we go. Check it out, man. Check it out.
I think I need a pair of those.
I think now the stretching is going to become very easy, man. Let's get into it. So we're back with Rudy Witkowski this morning for some stretching. We had some dynamic stretches earlier on.
Correct.
So now we're focusing on the stretching after the workout part.
Static stretching. And this is a stretching that everyone tends to do before the race or before your workout. But you're meant to do it after the workout.
Yes.
Because everyone tends to know these basic exercises. For instance, you bring your shoulder across, you're just stretching out your shoulders. So this doesn't really help before a race. This more relieves tension, this eases your muscles after a race or before or after a workout of these. So these are just your basic stretches that people tend to know about. And obviously stretching out your quads. Basic quad stretch.
And I mean, these kind of static stretches, it's important that you hold it for at least 30 seconds.
Yeah, according to stats, people tend to hold for 30 seconds. You might feel you need to hold it for slightly longer. I challenge you. How long can you go?
You know, I'll take it. All right, cool.
So yeah, and then you obviously you stretch out your abdominal areas. But as you can see, you come down to the mat, raising your chest towards the sky, just opening up your diaphragm, and that stretches out your abdominal areas. As you can feel.
Absolutely.
But this is very vital for after a race, not before.
Okay. I mean, you mentioned race as well. You're busy planning something quite interesting as well. Girls for Wings.
Yes, I'm part of Girls for Wings. It's a female organization, just going back into child's pose. These are all static movements where we're raising funds for sanitary products, providing sanitary products to girls. We'll be doing a workout on the 4th of August at Greenpoint Stadium.
Oh, nice.
And all the proceeds, just coming forward, leaning into a lunge, all the proceeds will go towards these girls. We're raising aiming for 20,000 Rand.
Yeah.
Tickets only cost 80 Rand at Combi Tickets.
All right, go check it out. What's it called? Girls for Wings?
Girls for Wings.
Fantastic.
You can hashtag Fit for Wings on Instagram. It's myself, Ryan, Buerta, Bartel, and...
Nice, dude. All right, well, getting back into the stretches.
And Laura as well, training with us.
So here we have like nice
the other side.
What you do on the one side, do on the other side. Effectively, I would say minimum keep this for 30 seconds.
30 seconds, just hold for 30 seconds.
And especially, I mean, this is very important for guys because you tend to get quite stiff.
Exactly.
After a workout, especially with the muscles tensing up, and that hits your lower back into your glutes, which cause you all different aches and pains as well.
And not only causes this, it prevents aches and pains and relieves tension. And this is just so great for people at work, like people in the office as well. Just after work, just do some stretches or before.
Should you do stretches every day?
I recommend it every day before you wake up, after workout, after the day. Not only does it relieve muscle tension, but it calms you down. It's very relaxing. Soothes your joints as well.
Exactly. So there we have a dynamic stretching we did early on, which is stretching with movement. And then the static stretching, preferably after your workout, where you're able to hold that stretch for a prolonged period of time. Thank you, Rudy.
Thanks, Ewan. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my morning with my new kicks, man. There we have it. Enjoy it as well. Well, gee, thank you for pointing to it. That's amazing. Thank you, Rudy. That's your fitness on your Fiona Breakfast Show this morning.
Now, we all know that kids always say the darndest things, and often to the surprise and confusion of their parents, whether they're asking the tough questions about life or having a chat to their toys, which is absolutely bizarre. Sometimes the craziest things come out of the mouths of babes.
Oh, well, we recently asked a group of Clover Snack Pack kids to answer some funny questions, and we got some great responses because anytime is snack time with Snack Pack. Oh, to be a kid again.
Anytime is snack time with Clover Snack Pack yogurt, made with love by Clover.
What's the best thing about being a kid?
That your life is fun.
You don't have to work.
It's being protected by your family. No responsibilities.
Exactly.
If you built a house when you grew up, what would it look like?
I'd make it look like a rocket ship.
It will be like a 2-story house, be very long, and they will have an underground with the lift,
with a building. All blue.
All white. Double mansion. Triple mansion.
Quadruple mansion.
There would be a parking lot, but a small parking lot, like not like a garage, a bit bigger than that.
What do you think is in outer space?
I don't know. It's a really cold place. Aliens.
It's just big, open, bunch of fireballs in the sky. Planets, meteors, that's coming in a million years' time.
If you were invisible for a day, what would you do?
I would definitely sneak up on people. Give someone money.
Like a grocery shop, and then like just take all the cereal I want.
What are you really good at doing?
Singing. Singing and dancing, and playing the piano and reading.
I'm really good at swimming.
Sports, soccer.
And I like to do acting and dancing.
What's the funniest word you know?
Shawarma. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Panini.
What are you scared of?
The dark.
Scorpions. Everything that is spooky and kind of like scary. Losing an eye.
Would you rather be able to fly or read minds?
Reading minds.
Be able to fly. Read minds.
We can sort of already fly with aeroplanes. And reading minds we can't do yet.
Then you would know what they're talking about.
Or if they're worried, I can cheer them up. You never know what people are thinking of you. Then you can just catch them out.
What is your favorite song and can you sing it?
I don't really like to sing in front of people.
Freaky Friday.
I think it's called Looking to the Moon or something like that.
I like Thriller by Michael Jackson. Thriller. Looking to the moon. I don't know. Thriller night, so let me hold you tight and shiver. Killer thriller tonight.
What's the greatest thing about being you?
I'm beautiful.
By passing each class I have been, because I have never failed a class. Handsome. The ladies are always after me. I'm very good at sport and I like sports, so yeah.
It's that I'm amazing.
Anytime is snack time with Clover Snack Pack yogurt, made with love by Clover.
Ah, the confidence. I love it.
You gotta love it.
I am handsome.
And beautiful. Oh, and amazing. Oh, those are so cute.
Absolutely. All right, listen, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, if you are holding Facebook shares right now, you're probably not the happiest person. We'll find out what happened behind the single biggest drop in value in the company's history.
Oh, very interesting. And then we have the ladies from G&T still hanging out with us, and we're going to see how they hashtag dip a Oma. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you after the break.
Enjoy a moment in between with McCafe. See you after the break.
Welcome back to your Monday morning. It is your feel-good breakfast show. Now, investors and eagle-eyed news readers alike will have heard the news that Facebook stocks plummeted in value recently in what was the biggest single-day drop in the company's history. Now, it's been a very difficult past year for the social network, and to explain this and what it means, we're joined by our resident tech expert, Brian Smith. Great to have you here,
Thank
man.
you. It's great to be back.
So what's happening? What is Mark doing? And Mark and friends are just not having a good time of it. So in simple terms, what exactly happened at Facebook in terms of their valuation?
Sure. So as we know, we have private companies and we have public companies which issue shares or parts of that company to various shareholders all around the world. And as Facebook does, these companies hold what's called a yearly earnings call where they discuss their profit growth and versus their competition. And Facebook's earning call didn't reveal great numbers. Profits have decreased, revenues decreased by about 7% or decelerated by 7%. And as a result, what happens is that investors then sell their Facebook shares, not expecting to generate a quick return. What we saw is that Facebook shares decreased in value by about 20%. And in terms of Facebook's market capitalization, so the entire value of shares held by the company, dropped by about $120 billion US.
Those are massive, massive numbers in the negatives. So what's exactly played a part in all of this?
So according to Facebook, it's two different things. The first on its agenda is what they call long lead times to generate revenue. And what that essentially means is that Facebook creates a lot of new products, and when those products come out, they're not necessarily able to monetize them, so it's essentially able to draw revenue from them. The second is that a variety of new privacy laws have come out, such as the GDPR in Europe, which has essentially made it more difficult for Facebook to track and advertise to consumers. More broadly, the social network, of course, has had a variety of problems with fake news and the like, so it hasn't exactly been a rosy year in the press either.
Yeah, so why is fake news still a thing that's bugging Facebook? I mean, obviously, it started there to begin with, but yeah, content and fake news, why is it still such a big problem for them?
That's a good question. A lot of what Facebook has tried to do, especially after the wake of the Donald Trump election campaign, has tried to pivot towards more community and social-focused news. For example, in Facebook's newsfeed, the algorithm dictates that you will always see a post over from your friends and family over the likes of an advert. Now, what Facebook has increasingly tried to do to distance itself from this fake news problem is use Instagram, its new platform that it's acquired just recently, as a vehicle to accrue revenue. And what we do know is that Instagram has proved pretty successful and popular. It brings in about $8 billion revenue per year. So that's a good sign for the company.
All right, so where is Facebook heading? What's the direction here? And if you had some money, would you buy Facebook shares right now?
Well, I'm not a financial advisor, so I've got to be very confident.
We're not offering financial advice. This is just me speculating.
I think I would. I think there is potential, there's optimism for the company in the long run. I think what will happen is that we will see Facebook increasingly focus on engaging users between their own posts and not showing as many adverts as it used to. And increasingly what I think we'll see is Facebook deploy revenue tactics, new products on Instagram appealing to younger, more smartphone-savvy users.
Yeah, maybe they just need to just dial it back to the old days of what Facebook was all about. And just start from scratch, Mark. That's all we want. Start from scratch. Less ads, please. Brian, thanks so much for joining us.
There's no turning back.
Wow. Anyway, let us know which stories have caught your attention online. And of course, if you want the latest in technology, check out expressoshow.com.
Thanks so much, Kat. Let's quickly take a look at your news headlines once again. It's your Monday morning. Starting off with national news, Gautrain commuters have been advised to find alternative transport as workers will embark on a strike this morning. And in Cape Town, Transport Minister Blade Nzimande has said there was no doubt that the recent attacks on the Metro Rail trains in the mother city were acts of arson. And the NPA has confirmed that an officer identified in the Ahmed Timol case, 80-year-old Jean Rodriguez, will be appearing in the Johannesburg Magistrates Court today on a charge of murder and defeating the ends of justice. Last year, the High Court in Pretoria found that Timol had died at the hands of security branch apartheid police. And making your international news headlines this morning, Zimbabwe votes today in an election that could deem it credible, if it deemed credible, tilt the country towards recovery after years of economic collapse and repression under former leader Robert Mugabe. Election results will be known by Saturday. And lastly, a powerful 6.4 magnitude earthquake struck the popular tourist island of Lombok in Indonesia yesterday, killing 14 people, injuring 162 and damaging thousands of houses. More than 100 subsequent tremors were also recorded, with the largest aftershock measured at 5.7 magnitude. As we leave your news headlines, we'll expand on those stories one more time at the top of the hour.
Thanks, you're now touching on the sporting headlines quickly. The Proteas went 1-0 up in their 5-match ODI series against Sri Lanka, thanks to an impressive 5-wicket win in yesterday's first ODI. The second will be taking place this coming Wednesday at 11 a.m. SA time. Then in rugby, the Lions have moved through to their third consecutive Super Rugby final, beating the Waratahs by 44 points to 23 on Saturday, while the Crusaders convincingly beat the Hurricanes 30-12. In cycling, after 3 incredible weeks, the 2018 Tour de France came to an end yesterday, with Team Sky's Geraint Thomas in the yellow jersey. Daryl Impey finished as the highest placed South African in a very credible 46th position. And in Formula One, Lewis Hamilton has now opened a 24-point lead at the top of the drivers' standings. That came yesterday thanks to a first-place finish at the Hungarian Grand Prix. We'll expand on those headlines on the top of the hour. Right now, let's bring you a traffic update.
Well, let's take another look at the roads, and there are heavy delays. This is on the N1 southbound between Swartkorp and New Road in Noordwijk. And Gautrain passengers are urged to please make use of alternative travel plans as a strike kicks off this morning over wage disputes. A reduced train service will operate between until 9 a.m. this morning and again at 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. And that's where I leave your traffic for now.
Quality fuel, convenience, and service with a smile. Whether it's to fuel up or stock up, Caltex, it's how you get there.
It's just after 7:30. Let's quickly take another look at your weather and your temperatures. And chilly conditions can be felt all around the country this morning, reaching cool to mild maximums later on today. I'll run you through quickly. Polokwane starting off on 7 minimum with a maximum 25 degrees. Mbombela 10 this morning and your maximum a nice and hot 29. Pretoria 7:24. Johannesburg 7:22. Mahikeng 9:25. Klerksdorp starting off on 8 minimum and your maximum 24. Kimberley 6:23. Bloemfontein 1 minimum reaching high of 21. Richards Bay on 14 minimum reaching high of 22 degrees. Some rain expected as well. Pietermaritzburg 9 and a high of 20. Durban 15:22. Mthatha 6:19. East London 10 and a high of 19 degrees. Cradock -1 this morning, nice and cool, staying cool with a maximum 19. Port Elizabeth 8 minimum, also a maximum of 19 degrees. George 8:17. Sutherland 1 minimum with a cool maximum of 14. Cape Town 7:18. Worcester 2 and a maximum 18. Springbok 2 minimum with a maximum 20, and Uppington starting off on 9 minimum, your maximum 26 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather and your temperatures for the 7:30 bulletin. I'll bring you a final update just after 8.
All right, so it's that time of the morning time that we hashtag Dipper Oma, and we've got the gorgeous ladies of GNT joining us, looking right and ready. You are so poised right now.
In the air.
I feel like I don't even have time to ask you about this first, but of course we've had duos coming to the studio to do some pretty awesome dips. We've had Pascal and Pierce, No Method were here as well. So do you think you can out-dip them?
We're doing this one for England.
For England?
Yes.
I don't even understand that, but okay, that's fine. You're the only one who's in on that.
Don't you know about England? Oh, Pinky's in the air. Pinky's in the air, guys.
It's for England, Mum. It's for the England. All right, so let's see your dip. You'll give it a name afterwards.
Okay,
3,
cheers.
2, 1. So you cheers.
Cheers.
Then you sip. And then you dip. Okay.
Must we eat it?
Of course, if you like.
I don't eat on live TV.
No, you must.
I'm joking.
You must. Get inside. Get in there. Yes. 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 Do the TV chew as well.
I need to drink again.
She really does.
Okay. So is that quite simply just the GNT dip, right? It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. I love it. So you got to first cheers, sip, then dip. You never dip and sip at the same time. Or sip and dip. Sip and dip, dip and sip. Don't ever do it at the same time. All right. What you need to do, though, at home is show us a picture of how you hashtag Dipper Oma, and you could be making it onto our Dipper Oma Wall of Fame next to all of these famous faces. So get onto our social media platforms. I love that dip, ladies. I think, I declare that the best duo dip we've ever had. But don't sip and dip.
No.
Don't dip and sip either.
Cozy up this winter and Dipper Oma. How do you Dipper Oma?
Was that coffee inside the martini glasses?
I think so. I think it was.
Very clever.
No, it was.
That's a nice way to drink some coffee. Well, listen, why don't you go fill up your coffee cups? We're about to take a very quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. When we get back, we'll take a look at the new lineup for SABC3.
And it's very exciting at that as well. And then we got to know a little bit earlier on hip-hop R&B extraordinaire Karen White. She is here all the way from the States, and she's going to be performing for us after the break. Make sure you do not miss that. Stick around.
It's tough getting up in the morning. That's why for breakfast, I'm making eggs Benedict. Get it? I just love a good food put. Share your photo and recipe of your favorite winter dish with the hashtag #ForTheLoveOfWinter, and you could win 5,000 Rand in weekly prizes and stand a chance to win a grand prize of 100,000 Rand. Rhodes quality for the love of winter.
Rise and shine with your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso.
Smell? Sam, smell? Still a good boy. Still a good boy. Still a good boy. Yeah, still a good boy. Still a good boy. Still a good, yes.
It's in waterfalls.
I said, DG just hit and asked how you holding up. I said, she's good.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I hope you filled up those coffee cups, whether it's in your mugs or martini glasses like the ladies from G&T. But we're about to jump into your international entertainment news.
Yeah, and good times indeed. Beyonce and Jay-Z's On the Run 2 tour got pretty presidential on Saturday. Now, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama attended the couple's concert in Maryland, and many of the fans filmed the former president of the United States and the First Lady dancing in their box seats, having a great time, and posted these videos on social media as well. In fact, an eyewitness told apparently E! News that the Obamas danced to the final song, the music couple's recent single, and they said, and I quote, "It looked like they had a great time." The person said, every time we turned around, they were enjoying themselves, and in the moment, and it really felt like they were just like us. You kind of think, yeah, I mean, they're human beings. Of course, they're just like us. Now, also earlier on this month, Michelle brought her daughter, Sasha Obama, with her to one of Beyonce and Jay-Z's concerts in Paris, and there they were joined by the singer's mother, Tina Knowles-Lawson, as you can see over there, because that's just how they roll, you know what I mean? Yeah. But, of course, you remember they've got a long-standing history. Beyonce and Jay-Z became friends with the Obamas during the former president's 2 terms. And Beyonce, of course, that epic performance during the inauguration in 2003 2013, and she also performed at Michelle Obama's 50th birthday party in 2014, where Mr. Obama also showed off his dance moves. They're like,
they're cool.
They're just cool.
I love
That's
them.
the thing.
I think America misses them as president.
I think a lot, not just a little bit, a lot. Like
putting it
a
out
lot.
there. Yeah.
We miss them for America.
We miss them too. But that was your international entertainment news on your Monday morning. And some exciting things coming up on SABC3 as they bring you new programs and, of course, new seasons of all of your favorite shows. And Solo recently had the opportunity to see what is to come in the next couple of weeks.
SABC3 will always strive to deliver programs that are thought-provoking, informative and, above all, entertaining. SABC3, the stage is yours.
There's no doubt that SABC3 is synonymous with only the best and quality when it comes to their programming, and every once in a while we treat it to some brand new shows on the channel. Today we get to see what to expect on our favorite stage in the weeks to come.
I felt betrayed.
When it comes to betrayal, nobody does it better than the Survivor contestants.
I have to win this game.
I am very attracted to you. You're tall and rugged and handsome like a lumberjack in a porno.
Okay. Nightfall follows the Knight Templar, their secrets, their faith, and their loyalty that made them the Crusade's elite warriors. Another elite force are the Ravens, a local crime-fighting organization.
Blue Whale App is an augmented reality game. Ends when you kill yourself.
With me is the general manager of channels at SABC3, which means that he's probably the mastermind behind SABC3's new program revamp. David, tell me, what was the inspiration or the thought process behind this new program revamp?
I think SABC3 is now getting into a stage where we are trying to make it a progressive channel. We're making it an accessible channel for anyone who's also a progressive, affluent South African. And they enjoy life in general. So there'll be a lot of lifestyle programs, whether it be travel, whether it be the business side, in terms of entrepreneurship shows, adrenaline, thriller through dramas. You'll notice we've got Nightfall. It's content that we're hoping that this target audience will feel, and also South Africans will feel, whatever it is that they believe in, whatever it is they aspire to be, they will see on the channel. Well, the stage is yours, literally, SABC is your platform as a viewer for you to enjoy content, but also we would like to say that the stage is yours, as a South African. The time is yours for now to make something out of your life. So don't hold yourself back, but also to celebrate.
With me is SABC3 program manager Hamilton Nguba, who knows all about the changes and the inspiration behind these changes. Hamilton, I want to know what inspired the revamp this time around?
As we had promised that we will keep on reimagining our shows and introducing new shows, is keeping with that promise and introducing new shows. And it's a new month, August, for the next coming 3 months. Those are the shows that we're launching for August and September and October. For me, I'm excited about The Docket, which is a local drama. It's very much equivalent to an international drama. And I'm very much excited about also the launch of Nightfall, which is a foreign drama. And it's going to be the first time shown to South Africa through SABC. And another show that's exciting is called The Launch. And I'm saying to the viewers, stay tuned to SABC3 to experience just how we are trying to reimagine our programming in an exciting way.
With me is the executive producer and director of the much-anticipated crime drama, The Docket. Dom, I want to know what inspired the creation of a crime series.
Well, one of our creatives in the building, Helen Smith, she came to us and she said, I've got this wonderful idea for a show. It's based on a super elite force within the South African context, and we all know the stories that we've all read in the media about the Scorpions, the Hawks, and various others, the SIU. So there it began, and we started putting together this incredible show with the strong female protagonist at the center, and we started really building the building blocks and presented the idea to this SABC, and here we are with this show about to air on the 22nd of August.
This journey for me was very different in the sense that it's something that I've never experienced before. The crew was incredible, the production was incredible, the cast is absolutely incredible, and the story and the stuff that it relates to is something that I don't think has been focused on in recent years on TV. So we really are pushing boundaries with this show.
You know, I grew up watching SABC3, so to have to create content for SABC3 is just amazing, and they've got really an amazing team. Our commissioning editor is always with us. You know, she gives us the stories, she reads, she sends back, so it's really been an amazing journey. This event is really a testament to that. We're really proud of the work that we have achieved, and we really wish SABC well.
SABC3 has supported us from day one. We've invested so much of our love and our integrity and our creativity into this show, and the channel has supported us at every turn. So we're really excited, and we hope that audiences are going to respond well to the show.
I think the lineup is really exciting. I think SABC3 needed to do this for a long time, which was come up to date to the viewers that it wants to punt to and to its consumers, which are discerning viewers, viewers that have a world view, and really bring them content that is worthwhile of their viewing. So I'm most looking forward to the new detective show. I love things that are uniquely South African and that are not only South African stories but told from a South African perspective.
I must admit that when I think of SABC3, one show I definitely always think about is Isidingo, and with me is one of the cast members. How does it feel like being part of such an iconic show on SABC3?
It's humbling. It's humbling indeed. There's no other way to explain it. I'm very happy to be there.
I have to say the show I'm looking forward to the most is The Docket. It's so brilliant to see South African productions going into the crime drama and actually being revolutionary in what we do and competing, hopefully globally, with high quality production value.
The thing that sets the channel apart from other channels is the fact that they are really looking after local content and also trying to advance much local talent, which is much needed.
As you've seen and heard for yourself, SABC3's new program revamp promises to be nothing short of amazing. Anything you want to watch on the small screen, we've got you covered, of course, because the stage is yours.
SABC3, the stage is yours.
Now we move on to creating your own stage. Before she became a household name, Carol Boyers was an English teacher with a fine arts degree. And dreaming of being an artist, she decided to combine sculpture with functionality. And her homeware range was born. And today she exports to 30 countries across the globe. Known for innovation and reinvention, her brand's latest move has been in the delicious direction of chocolates.
Launched at the Carol Boy store in Canal Walk, this new range carries that signature flair for design, rendered in milk or dark chocolate with luxurious fillings.
Well, when Carol started the business 29 years ago, I doubt she envisaged the business would be the size that it is today and the product categories as diverse as they are. So over the years, we've been able to establish our brand as a very strong gifting brand, the joy of the gift of giving. And how better than to celebrate an occasion than to offer somebody a box of chocolates. Many years they've been giving a sculpture, a sugar ladle, a teaspoon, and with the wine coming in 6 years ago, a natural extension would have been to move into box chocolates.
Well, I love anything chocolate related, so the fact that Carol Boyers is now doing their own range is just amazing. Absolutely salted caramel fan.
Flavor notes in our chocolates are salted caramel, coconut, white chocolate centers. We do a fudge, which is a very special fudge center. And we do a hazelnut dark chocolate praline inside one of the chocolates. And then we do an iconic signature of Carol's, which has a very fine nougat paste with a little bit of hazelnuts that have been caramelized. And our dark range is a mint. It really puts a lovely peppermint feeling through and a cleansing feeling through your mouthfeel. And we do cherry and orange. And we do finally, the iconic is a roasted hazelnut praline inside the square chocolate as well. It's fantastic and it's well liked by everybody, and I've had good receipt on it.
Oh my goodness, I am the biggest chocolate fan. I was like born with the sweetest tooth, so I die for chocolates. I eat it every day. My favorite chocolate for tonight is this one. It's got like a little coil figure on and it's filled with a coconut flavor and it's absolutely delicious. You should try it.
These edible pieces of art look set to be another smash hit for an artist and businesswoman who dares and wins every time.
Ah, well done, Carol boys. And I think we can't have chocolates like this on set without doing a little tasting.
Of course we must.
So you've been warming up your taste buds?
Yes,
Have you cleansed your palate?
I take
asked me twice to come and taste chocolate.
No, completely. I'm surprised there actually any left. So guys, I'm going to put you to the test. Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to taste as many of these as we can possibly fit into this segment. You're going to take a look, you're going to take a smell, you're going to take a taste, and you're going to identify what flavor ganache is inside this beautiful little package of joy. All right, are you up for the challenge, guys?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell you the name of the one that you select, and then you've got to guess the taste.
Okay.
Should we go ladies first? Zoe?
Yes, ladies first.
She was about to beat you to
So
get
how
there.
do you
I
know
thought-
which one? So if I grab this one, will you know which one it is?
I will tell you which one it is. Okay, you've got, and it's the lighter. It is Quicksilver.
Quicksilver.
Okay,
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. You can see it over there.
It's hard.
You've got to just work
get in there.
Get in there.
And?
Go. Coconut.
Is it?
No.
Okay.
I'll give you another try. Come on. Are you nuts, Zoe? Are you nuts?
Are you a nut, huh?
Don't be nuts.
Orange. There's orange in it.
Have you recently suffered a
Orange
bump
and
on the
nuts
head?
are not the same thing.
Are you nuts about chocolate?
Almonds.
Do you have a friend with particular
Hazel.
coloured? There we go. Wow, we might not be able to do any more because she used up the whole segment. I think she was just lingering. Go for it,
Okay,
buddy.
I'm gonna take
Come on,
this one.
represent. Okay, so that is not a ganache. That's the only clue I'm going to give you. It's a praline, all right?
Okay, it's got.
But it's called the iconic.
Praline, you say.
And?
It's called the iconic.
Okay. Well done, you've got that part right.
It's got. You told me that. Can I have another clue?
Okay. If you're chocolate and I am...
You're vanilla. So this is a vanilla praline.
And you might be crazy or...
Nuts! Vanilla nuts!
It's like a game of 30 seconds. Can I go one more?
Wait, white nut.
Hey, Bessie.
Vanilla nut? There's no vanilla nuts in the world.
It's vanilla hazelnuts.
That's what I said.
You're both crazy.
I got the vanilla
You're both
nut
nuts.
part of it
You're
right.
both nuts. Okay,
Okay,
come on,
can I
you've
go
got to
one more?
redeem yourself. Go for it.
Go one more. I'm going to go for this one.
I can't really see it. Okay, there we go.
go
It's
for
called
it?
a coil. Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the joy, the shimmy of joy.
I feel like I'm tasting peppermint.
Yeah?
No?
Are you saying yep or no?
No, it's not.
Peanut butter.
Hey? Peanut butter?
Are you kidding me?
No. There is no peanut butter here. Okay, taste one more.
It's coffee. It must be coffee.
She tries to figure it out.
It's coffee.
It's so difficult. It's so delicious.
I wasn't
It's like
even
I'm getting
tasting it.
everything.
I can smell it from here. It's coffee.
It's coffee. Boom. Well done.
Tell everyone what they can win at home.
Oh, man, Kat's going to get that point, actually. So they are absolutely delicious. You can spend an entire day tasting them. And if you'd like the opportunity to try some, you can SMS the keyword chocolate plus your name and surname to 33728 for the chance to win all 3 boxes of Carol Boys chocolates and a voucher valued at 500 Rand as well. Competition closes on the 31st of July, 2018, and terms and conditions apply.
I've always wanted to be in a chocolate ad, and then they do that bite. Can I do it? Can I get a shot?
Go for it.
Go for it.
It's got to be close. You got to come close. Hey. Oh, that's good though. It tastes better when you do it that way. I don't know why.
Look, for something so decadent, guys, that was shocking. It was shocking. I'm going to climb in there myself and try it out as well. Get the taste buds warmed up, Kat. Listen, we're going to take a very quick break. While Kat warms up his taste buds, and Zoe as well, we are joined by R&B royalty, Karen White. Here she is, and she is looking absolutely fabulous this morning. She is ready to perform for us. We can't wait. We can't wait. And on the back of that, we also have our relationships talk this morning. And here's a question for you. Do you announce your relationship status online? Should you announce your relationship status online? What is the acceptable thing to do nowadays? We'll unpack that and more after the break.
After weeks of grueling challenges, heartbreak and bloopers, our top 6 find themselves on the spectacular La Réunion. And with so much to offer on this island, it proves to be the perfect spot to give them each one last shot to film a segment, hopefully impressing the judges.
Catch the nail-biting grand finale on Thursday evening at 7:30. 3 winners, 3 new faces for SABC3. The stage is yours.
Enjoy a moment in between with McCafe.
Here we're gonna keep saying we love one another. Hey, oh, yeah. And be unhappy. Part 1. You know it ain't right, 'cause I know I'd rather be alone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know that time goes on, people change, you know it ain't you can lose my mind. Yeah, I don't wanna be a fool for love. I don't wanna be a fool for love. I don't wanna be a fool for love. That was a sound check. That was good. Okay. Right here.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Oh, yes, it's that time of the morning where we just take a moment to reflect on the fact that, you know what, it could actually be your birthday today. And so you share it with some pretty epic people, some of them quite well known.
Yeah, get back to the chopper. Arnie, the governor, he is turning, get this guys, 71 years old. The original Mr. Olympia, one of the most successful bodybuilders of all time. He is bodybuilding, but of course, played so many iconic characters. Terminator, he was in The Predator as well. Look at them guns.
Dude,
look at them guns.
Predator is still so epic, bro.
It is, one of the best films ever,
That scene where the bloke is like losing his mind, he's like, oh, man, daddy, he's so sweet. He's got everything. And Uncle Johnny.
71 years young. Well done, Arnie, man.
Also celebrating his birthday today, legendary Hollywood director Christopher Nolan, known for directing such epic movies as the Dark Knight trilogy, Interstellar, which was absolutely amazing.
One of my favorites.
Inception as well. So happy birthday, Christopher Nolan. That's still Arnold Schwarzenegger on your screen, though.
Okay, it's
but
okay.
Christopher Nolan is his birthday today.
Chris was too
Well,
scared.
we also want to wish one of our lucky viewers a happy birthday. And we're going to say happy birthday to Gerald Vernon McGrain, who turned a whopping 86 years old this past Saturday. So happy birthday, Gerald.
The stories Gerald could tell.
Officially an octogenarian. I like that word. Yeah, happy birthday to you. And if, of course, let us know if it is your birthday or if you want to celebrate someone else's birthday. Let us know on social media and we will wish them a very, very happy birthday.
Right, let's get into your news headlines for the very last time on your Monday morning. Starting off with your national news. Gautrain commuters have been advised to find alternative transport as workers will embark on a strike this morning. Now, this comes as wage negotiations deadlocked between the Bombela Concession Company, the operator of the Gautrain, and the United National Transport Union. And a Cape Town Transport Minister, Blade Nzimande, said there was no doubt that the recent attacks on Metro Rail trains in the mother city were arson. He said certain legislation needed to be reviewed regarding the arson Arson Act. 33 coaches have been damaged in acts of arson this year alone. And the National Prosecuting Authority has confirmed that an officer identified in the Amel Timol case, 80-year-old Jean Rodriguez, will be appearing in the Johannesburg Magistrate Court today on a charge of murder and defeating the ends of justice. Last year, the High Court in Pretoria found that Timol died at the hands of security branch apartheid police while he was detained at the then John Foster Square in Johannesburg. This effectively overturned the 40-year-old inquest finding, which endorsed the officer's version that Timol had jumped to his death from the building's 9th floor. And making international news this morning, Zimbabwe votes today in an election that could, if deemed credible, tilt the country towards recovery after years of economic collapse and repression under former leader Robert Mugabe. The contest put 75-year-old President Emmerson Mnangagwa, Mugabe's successor and former enforcer, who then represents change, against Nelson Chamisa, the 40-year-old leader of an opposition targeted by violence and intimidation in the past. Election results will be known by Saturday. Some 130 political parties will participate in the election, vying for Zimbabwe's 5.7 million registered voters. And lastly, a powerful 6.4 magnitude earthquake struck the popular tourist island of Lombok in Indonesia yesterday, killing 14 people, injuring 162 and damaging thousands of houses. Over 100 subsequent tremors were recorded, with the largest aftershock measured at 5.7 magnitude. The earthquake was on land and did not trigger any waves or a tsunami. Earthquakes are quite common in Indonesia, which is located on the seismically active Ring of Fire that surrounds the shores of the Pacific Ocean. And that's where we leave you news headlines on your Feel Good Breakfast Show for your Monday morning.
Thanks so much. You're now wrapping up those sporting headlines after a very busy weekend. The Proteas went 1-0 up in their 5-match ODI series against Sri Lanka, thanks to a 5-wicket win in yesterday's first ODI. Kagiso Rabada and Tobias Shamsi took 4 wickets apiece to limit Sri Lanka to 193 all out, before JP Durmani stepped up, hitting 53 of 32 balls to help South Africa chase down the victory with 19 overs remaining. Second ODI of the series takes place this coming Wednesday at 11 a.m. SA time. Then on to rugby, the Lions have moved through to their 3rd consecutive Super Rugby final, beating the Waratahs by 44 points to 23 in their semi-final showdown on Saturday. Kwagga Smith, the man of the match at Ellis Park, where the Lions bounced back from 14-0 down as they went on to outscore the Waratahs by 6 tries to 4 in the end. So the Lions will now face the Crusaders in this weekend's final after the Satyrs beat the Hurricanes by 30 points to 12 in the other semi-final to make it into their 13th Super Rugby final. Then in cycling, it doesn't get much bigger than this. After 3 weeks, the 2018 Tour de France came to an end yesterday with Team Sky's Geraint Thomas in the yellow jersey. History was made in France as Thomas became the first Welshman to win the Tour, finishing the race with a 1 minute and 51 second lead over second-place Dutchman Tom Dumoulin. On the general standings, Daryl Impey finished as the highest-placed South African in a very credible 46th position. And finally, in Formula 1, Lewis Hamilton opened a 24-point lead at the top of the drivers' standings yesterday, thanks to his first-place finish at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Starting from pole for the 77th time in his career, Hamilton cruised to an amazing 67th career win, with Ferrari, Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen rounding off the podium. The Formula 1 season now takes a break before returning on the 26th of August for the iconic Belgian Grand Prix. And that's where we leave our sport for this Monday morning.
Let's take a quick final look at your traffic for this morning. There's a multi-vehicle accident on the N1 inbound and it's at Plattekloof Road, currently blocking that right lane, so please approach with caution. And just a reminder that Gautrain passengers are urged to please make alternative travel plans, and that's due to a strike that kicks off today over wage disputes. Now, a reduced train service will operate until 9 a.m. and then again from 4 p.m. all the way through till 7 p.m. And that's where I leave your traffic for this morning.
More than a club, more than an appliance brand. Defy.
Right, it's a beautiful sunny morning down in the mother city, but let's quickly get into your weather and your temperatures for the very last time. And chilly temperatures are expected for most parts of the country. Warmer temperatures up north, but sticking to chilly and mild for the rest of the country. I'll run you through quickly. Polokwane on 7 minimum, reaching a high of 25. Mbombela 10.29. Pretoria 7.24. Johannesburg 7 and a high of 22. Mahikeng 9 minimum with a maximum 25 degrees. Klerksdorp 8.24. Kimberley 6.23. Bloemfontein 1 minimum with a maximum 21. Richards Bay 14.22. Pietermaritzburg 9 and a high of 20. Durban 15.22. Mthatha 6.19. East London 10 and a high of 20. Cradock -1 with a maximum 19 degrees. Port Elizabeth 8.19. George 8.17. Sutherland 1 minimum with a maximum 14 degrees. Cape Town 7.18. Worcester 2.18. Springbok 2 minimum with a maximum 20. And Uppington starting off on 9 minimum, your maximum 26 degrees. And that's a wrap of your weather and your temperatures on your Monday morning.
Well, Mondays like this should be cherished. We're in the presence of greatness, R&B royalty indeed. Karen White joins us ahead of her performance this coming Saturday, the 4th of August at the Boardwalk ICC in Port Elizabeth. Make sure you get your tickets. And just to give you a little bit of a taste tease of what you can expect, here she is performing I'd Rather Be Alone.
See, I know that people do go through changes, but this just don't make no damn sense. If we're gonna keep saying we love one another, well then we better stop fighting and arguing, 'cause baby I'm sorry too many, many times before. Now I know better, and it hurts to hold on to this kind of love even more. Now I'm not crazy. I know it's time to go when I feel lonely. Oh, when I'm laying in your arms and it don't feel right. 'Cause every time I'm feeling love, you try to bring me down. I feel good knowing I don't need you around. I'm sorry too many, many times before. Now I know better, and it hurts to hold on to this kind of love even more.
Unbelievable. Can we start every single Monday like this, please?
Okay.
Just stay here. We've organized the passport for you with Home Affairs.
You know what? I'm ready. I'm ready. I got my bags.
It's absolutely brilliant having you here. Wow. So, of course, crowds can expect the most happening at the Boardwalk ICC in Port Elizabeth. It's going to be an amazing show.
It's going to be amazing. Got these beautiful divas that are, you know, we're just doing our thing. Everybody's unique and we bring it. So it's going to be a great show. Come out, you guys. I'm going to be singing all your favorite hits. Superwoman, Can I Stay With You, Hunger.
Oh.
Here Comes the Pain.
Boom, Can I stay with you?
Yeah. Listen to that.
Listen.
Oh, I love
Oh, my
your
word.
voice.
Listen, get your tickets. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Thank you very, very much for being here with us. Hope you enjoyed that performance as well. Link up with us on our social media platforms and let us know what you thought about that performance. Ladies and gentlemen, Karen White, come on!
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's a Monday morning and this is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. Now, when we experience huge and very important life milestones like moving house or city, having children, getting engaged or married, we usually spend some time thinking about how we will post about it on social media, right? So when it comes to weddings, in fact, creating a social media experience for this has become almost compulsory. It's like it didn't happen if it wasn't on social media. Creating that hashtag that people can then, of course, follow and then follow exactly what's going on. It's so essential to today, right?
I know, people are utilizing social media to the max, but today we're asking, when the relationship ends, how do you go about announcing that you have broken up or you are getting a divorce from your partner on social media? Now, we have our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, in the building to discuss this with us, and our lines are open. So if you have any comments or questions, we would love to hear from you. That number's 021-430-9881. Please engage with us. Please call us if you have a comment or a question.
All right.
I'm seeing there isn't any. It's over. I'm heartbroken.
I was about to say that it's all like
termination.
It's all the hookup stuff, not the disengaging stuff. Exactly.
No one wants to break up.
But let's take it one step back.
Yes.
Why has it become so important that relationships be affirmed on social media? It's almost like if we're not Facebook official, then we're not official. It's not happening.
It's not happening.
Why has that become so important to have a relationship status on social media?
Because we live our entire lives on social media. I'm really interested in this topic, Kat, because it's such a heartbreaking topic. And it's such a private, intimate, personal experience that people have. Yet, as you say, it becomes so important that we turn to social media immediately. It's like almost in a heartbeat. You've had a real experience in real life, and then you pick up your device and you have to announce it or in some way engage with your community, your public, your social beings to let them know what's happening. And it's quite interesting because specifically with this ending of a relationship, what you're doing is having two breakups. You're having an in real life breakup as well as having a social media breakup. Because you have to disengage on social media more even than with the person. If you're just having a breakup with somebody like one used to back in the day before social media, it was kind of quite simple and, as I say, quite intimate, where you and somebody had to go through the horrible experience of ending something that had been very significant to you. But it was private. Here, you now also have to disengage with this person online. You don't just end it in real life. You have to consider all the different new ethical conundrums that have now popped up for us online, which one would never have had to consider before. And because there isn't like a whole lot of research into this, we're left a little without anchor because we don't really know how to go about doing it. And I've got some great ideas to offer people on how to go about ending your relationship so that it becomes as little harmful, as least harmful as possible. Because we know that with social media, the pain is intensified and the process of getting over this person takes longer.
That's right. Well, Dr. Eve, I mean, you know, in the beginning of a relationship, you're so excited to say in a relationship, but I mean, when my relationship ended, I think I was more embarrassed to now change it to single. I just completely removed the option. I'm like, we are just going to completely hide that option away. But we live in a world where, we live in an age where it's so popular to post about your relationship online. What's your take on that?
I think it's narcissistic.
I mean, some people even go to the lengths of saying, I'll break up with you if you don't acknowledge me on social media and click accept that, like, you are dating Usbani Bani. If you don't accept, then we.
Why? So it's just a whole lot of pressure to actually get into a commitment. Is that what you're saying, Kat? Is like acknowledging.
I think people kind of use that as a means of establishing commitment to people. Don't you think, though?
I think that's pretty awful. I think it's unhealthy.
But I think some people do that.
Yeah, and maybe I'm going to come back to what you're saying. You know, why is it this big status thing still? And we did a show on this a little while ago about we did it, you and Leanne and I, the status of being in a relationship. You're not successful if you're not in a relationship,
we
right?
Had that chat.
We did that. So I think that's where it comes in. It's like, you know, I have met somebody, or I'm in a relationship now, or I have some kind of status, which is really disturbing. But I think, you know, we want to focus on the breakup and the heartache that social media brings to breakups and look at some of the dilemmas that people are really being faced with and how to not be impulsive and get onto social media immediately and announce it, because it has repercussions around that as well.
But Dr. Eve, I can't help but notice often when couples, they overpost and then shortly after that they break up. So it's almost like they're trying to show the world everything's okay, but meanwhile it's not.
You know, I had this really weird experience this weekend where I'm a voyeur on Facebook. I don't participate at all, only in my professional one. And I have been watching a couple of friends who I know, and I've seen him kind of live his entire relationship out with his girlfriend. And suddenly there was a photo of him with another person, another woman. And I'm thinking, what happened? Is he betraying her? And I got caught up in the romance of their whole relationship. And now he's with somebody else. Is he cheating on her? Has she disappeared? Has she? I mean, what?
Dr. Eve, you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem.
I'm an observer of human relationships, and it's like, what really happened? So this is the confusion that we're into, they're into as well.
All right, so we're going to keep our lines open, 0214309881. We're talking about making your relationship status known on social media. What is your opinion on that? Give us a call. We'll be back with Dr. Eve shortly.
So Kardashians aside, do you believe that your life should be lived out on social media? We'd love to hear from you. Please phone in. This is a lovely topic, quite contentious. 0214309881. You should have it on speed dial by now.
Exactly, and then we're going to be jumping into the kitchen for the first time this morning. I've been looking forward to this one, Asian-inspired dumplings. Now, I stole one, and I ate one, and it literally blew my mind. It's amazing.
Check. You had to do it.
Quality check, man. It's amazing. Stick around for that recipe after the break.
Stick around for pot stickers.
Enjoy a moment in between with McCafe. See you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show, and we're jumping straight into our relationship talk with Dr. Eve, and they say nothing's FBO, Facebook official, unless you put it on social media. Facebook official. Okay. But what if you need to change that status online? Well, we have Dr. Eve here to help us, and of course our lines are open if you would love to give us a call or you have a comment or a question. That number's 021-430-9881. Dr. Eve, changing that status from in a relationship to whatever needs to be changed to, whether it's complicated, single, we're over. It's never an easy thing to do. What's the best way to go about it?
Okay, so depending on how the breakup happened, that is how you then should carry on your status, or you should announce your status. So there are a number of different ways today that people break up. We have such a thing called ghosting. I'm sure you're familiar with this.
I've been ghosted.
You've been ghosted. That is so swak. That is terrible for anybody to do that. Ghosting, for people who don't know, is you just disappear. You just disappear. And then there's breadcrumbing, right? Breadcrumbing is when you kind of string somebody along and you drop them little messages and show a little bit of interest every now and then, but you never really committed to anything. So you left hanging on waiting for this person. And then there's something new, which is called benching, where you have been dating and you've seen them, but they disappear for weeks. And then they come back as if nothing's happened, and then they continue engaging with you and even taking you out, but you really feel like this is going nowhere. So depending on how bad the breakup was, that's going to determine how you're going to respond online and announce yourself over here. A few of the things that you should not be doing is don't put up your Facebook profile when you're drunk. Because you're going to regret it the next day.
So don't drink and post.
Exactly.
Don't drink and post and voice note.
Don't drink and post and voice note. You don't want to be stalking this person afterwards. It can get kind of messy. You also, when people end the relationship, and I like it's complicated because I think it's more, I think that's more honest. Don't live out the breakup via social media. Don't post tweets that are going to be harmful and insulting to this person. And revengeful. Don't be revengeful around it by making them jealous, by posting pictures of, I'm so happy now, and me and my new partner, or me and my girls having such fun now. Don't do that. Don't put up stuff that is going to be quite inflammatory, that could then provoke a response from the other person. And I come back to living out your relationship that you haven't ended in real life in a very elegant way, but you continue it on social media. So those things are, pretty harmful.
I have a problem with it's complicated.
Tell me
because
why.
the moment I feel personally, when you put that up, now it warrants people asking you to explain. Why is it complicated? Are you a fan of, let's say, changing the status and then putting out, as Hollywood stars do, let's say, that statement that says, please know that me and Sbanibani have decided to split ways. It is a mutually agreed decision. Please please respect our privacy. Ask no further questions. And put that out as a statement instead of just kind of going from in a relationship to we're done and now people want to know, or it's complicated, now people want to know.
So you think that that's like inviting people to talk to you and ask
so rather just kind of nip it in the bud.
Be clear. But but I think that I agree with you, but I think that that's how people feel. But then again, it's because they're living their lives out on social media rather than managing it themselves or between the couple that they haven't really ended or terminated in a way that's, that's really quite final. Be really careful about stalking. Be really careful about being so present. So, Zoe, go ahead.
I was just going to say, what about just a no-go zone about posting so much detail about your relationship on social media?
Well, depending on how much you are using social media. If you are using social media to live your life generally, you're going to definitely want to get online and live your breakup online as well, which, I mean, everyone's, it's quite a personal thing. But I think it's very important to be able to block somebody when you're done.
I tell you what, we're going to take a short break from this. It's quite a hectic subject, but 021-430-9881 is our number. Give us a call. Give us your questions or comments.
So you might think it's #it's complicated, okay? When I talk about Asian-inspired dumplings with our beautiful Be Well wok oil, you might think like it's hard wok, but it's not, okay? It's actually, look, I say that it's going to be easy because I'm not the one actually making them, dude, but this looks amazing. I love the Asian-inspired flavors, and you've gone for just about every kind of Asian influence that you can possibly squeeze into one dumpling. So Take us through the process in record time.
Right, we've got cabbage.
We got cabbage.
That's what we're starting off with. Listen, what I love about this is the flavor. And this is what I love about Asian cuisine. It's so flavorful using all these different ingredients. So we're going to kick off. It's really, really easy. We've got some coleslaw that we kind of shredded very finely.
And that says to me texture immediately.
Yeah.
And it's meat-free.
Absolutely.
You can add meat variants.
Some grated carrot, some coriander. Sorry, dude. But you're going to love this, I promise. I promise. All right, some spring onion. That's going to go in there. So this is basically the filling that we're going for.
And you've got some pretty strong flavors, all kind of balancing each other out. Sweet with the carrot, kind of a neutral with the cabbage. A lot of tang coming in there with our spring onions.
And a little bit of sesame seeds in there. I'm going to leave a little bit for garnishing. So that was oyster sauce that we put in there.
Oyster sauce?
Yes.
Ooh.
So now we're just going to work this through. So what you want to do is you're going to just pop a little bit of...
an Asian coleslaw vibe.
Yeah, so I'm not going to do this in the pan because I want to move to the next step. We've got our wok oil, all right, from B-Well that we're going to use. So you fry that up very, very quickly because you don't want to cook it down completely. You still want a bit of a crunch. So
have a bit of backbone,
This is what it will come out as, all right? It looks absolutely beautiful. And listen, just smell that. Just do me a favor.
Of course, the wok oil is ideal for flash frying things.
Yeah. Of course, you want to also, don't forget that's amazing, eh? So the spices go in here. We've got some red Thai curry as well, some ginger, some garlic, and some chili as well that you mix in there, that you mix in the mix.
Dude, you know, that's what my baby does every time he sees anything pretty much. Oh, wow. So these are, oh, wow.
So there you have it. That's your filling, all right? So now what we're going to do
is,
we've got our little pastries that you can buy just like that as well, right? I'm going to wet the edges just around.
So that becomes like your glue surface.
That's right.
Okay.
Not a lot, because, I mean, these things do stick. So just around, and then you take a little bit, just a teaspoon of this, because
so
I mean,
my
this
problem
is
I'd overload, you know?
Yeah, no, just a little. You don't want more than that.
And I think because you've pre-cooked them, some of that moisture's already come out of it, so it's not going to kind of explode in a burst of steam as
so now
you cook it.
You just press it in the middle, right? And now you can start folding it, just like that.
Wow, you're creating little pleats.
Yeah, you can do the little pleats, or if you don't want to do that, you can also just obviously kind of just do it flat. But I mean, it looks pretty when you...
Some dainty handwork there, dude. That's
I'd
beautiful,
I'd try. But you'll see it comes out beautifully.
It's like a lovely little ribbon effect. That's awesome, dude.
Just like that. I'll do one more.
This is your time in Thailand, I think, has taught you well.
And then you have it. There we have it. Beautiful.
Oh, that is awesome.
So I'm going to move on to the pan. A little bit of wok oil, once again, from B-Well, popping in there. So what you want to do is, essentially the ingredients are cooked already, all right? So we're just going to make that get nice hot.
Bring it all together.
And then you take these guys and you pop them in there, just till they... Not long, just a few minutes, till they're nice and brown.
And that pastry will go kind of a little bit translucent. As you can see from our beautiful ones there.
So that's it, just like that. Get that in there.
Yeah.
So it'll go a little bit brown at the bottom, all right? Okay. So what you want to do now is after they're brown now, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. A little bit of water.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And bam.
Oh, wow. I suppose you could do it in one of those kind of stacked steamer things if you were so inclined. That is awesome.
Now it steams, all right? And when it comes out, it's going to be beautifully translucent like that. It's going to look absolutely delicious. Give it a bit of a more sprinkling of your sesame on there as well.
What have you thrown into that sauce there?
Dude, there's a number of things on the sauce. But if you SMS the keyword B-Well to 33728, you'll get the entire recipe. You can go check it out on our website as well. That's expressoshow.com. But there's some soy sauce in there. There's some rice wine vinegar in there. There's a whole host of ingredients to really get the flavor out of there as well. It's got this beautiful peanutty flavor as well, which is
a bit of hoisin goes a long way. That keyword again is B-Well to 33728. You can be creating these Asian-inspired dumplings. Oh, dude, well done,
and that is really how easy it is. This is the thing that I love about Asian cuisine. It is really easy, but the flavors are explosive, my man.
Wow. All right, we're back again with Dr. Eve. Relationship Talk Mondays. We're talking about when your relationship has been posted about on social media. Now the breakup comes. How do you go about handling that? Some people are ghosted on. Somebody just disappears. So how do you really go about handling that? Some people like to just remove all traces of you. You know,
delete the photos.
That's the heartache of it.
Yeah.
Is that, I mean, there are apps that are now developed to actually get you to untag any photo, any video, any connection that you have, because this ongoing is almost like a trauma. That you're exposed to this trauma all the time you get onto any of your social media platforms where you were communicating or you were posting. How do you delete all of that? It's a constant reminder to you every time you get onto social media.
Yeah, well, there was something I was wondering about, because I did go back and delete the photos, not that there were many.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine actually encouraged me not to do it because she said it's part of your past. It was part of your life. So don't go back and delete it.
It depends on how pained you feel, or how positive you feel, or how amicable, or how bad it was. So if, for example, there was a relationship where there was violence, where there was abuse, where there was infidelity, you don't want any reminders because it re-traumatizes you all the time. And that thing on Facebook of like our happy day or what's it called?
The memories.
The memories. And then suddenly they just arrive and here you've got all that stuff. So this is a re-traumatizing, which you wouldn't have before there was social media happening.
We've got a caller on the line. Ashley calling us from Joburg. Good morning.
Good morning, Katleho.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Very well. Thanks for the call. What is your question or your comment?
I just wanted to know, Katleho, like, I have this problem with my ex. My ex, like, his statuses, and I can't block him from my WhatsApp or my Facebook because, unfortunately, we have a child together.
Okay.
So his status is saying that he's so over his ex. He doesn't even know who the hell she is anymore. Like things like that, and it's getting to me. Understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just wanted to know, like, how do I even know that I'm over him?
So how do you know that you're over him?
Yeah, because even though I see him,
okay.
Yeah, I
get
love
angry
what
and things like that.
I can just hear in your voice that there is anger and there's pain where you are constantly exposed to him. And here it is a relation. It sounds like it didn't end very well, your relationship with him, Ashley.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So this is not a good relationship and they share a child. So he is doing what I spoke about earlier. He is living out the relationship on social media and doing all of this revenge posting, which really, really hurts her.
Yeah.
I think you've got to find another way of communicating. You've got to get off the WhatsApp. I mean, it can become quite obsessive if you're constantly looking at the last time they were online, what they're doing, what they're saying. I keep repeating, it's re-traumatizing.
I think also on Facebook there is the option to unfollow someone. So you're still friends with them on Facebook, but you don't see their statuses. It doesn't come up on your
they're
timeline.
posting.
So
Which
you
I think
choose when you want to.
Yes, maybe put barriers like that in place.
Totally.
Also
Be more in control.
Be exposed to his statuses.
Exactly. Be more in control of your situation. There are other ways of communicating.
Yeah, and people also need to be very careful with the whole social media thing because depending on what you say and how it affects another person, whether it's disparaging towards their personality, legal action can be taken against you for doing something like that. So be careful. But Ashley, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us and sharing your situation with us. Gosh, I even wanted to ask the question, so what do you do when you get into a new relationship and your new partner says, oh, well, now you need to go back and delete all the pictures of everything else in the past?
Well, I think you've got to get rid of that person.
Is a topic for another day.
Exactly.
Okay, but Dr. Eve, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And as always, thanks, babe.
Thank you.
Did we arrive at any kind of resolution through this entire chat, guys? Come on, man. It's so confusing. It's complicated. Awesome chat, guys. Thank you so much to our callers as well. We're going to take the quickest of breaks. When we return, it's all about health and the health of our kids.
Exactly. And one way we're doing that is through delicious rainbow mini fruit skewers with a dose of echinopause in there as well, just for the juniors. Yeah, stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on SABC3. Happy Monday to you, and thanks for starting the week off with us. Hope you're certainly getting all of your full dose of feel-good today.
That's right. Well, if you're struggling to get your kids to eat healthy, don't worry. We have Meg Foray in the lounge with you and to talk about how to instill healthy eating habits with the family.
Now, looking after your own health is hard work, as it is. So imagine having a whole family's health in your hands. Now, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by life and like you're not giving your family the wholesome, healthy nutrients that they need every single day, then stay right where you are, because we've got some good advice this morning. One of the easiest things that you can do to keep your family healthy is as simple as making jungle oats for breakfast. It's high in fiber, low in GI, assists in heart wellness, and keeps you feeling fuller for longer. Now, Meg Foray is back in studio with us this morning to give us all some advice on how to look after your family's health just a little bit better. Meg, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Hi, Ian.
Lovely, man. I love focusing on this because, I mean, as a parent, this is a challenge in my own household as well. And I think this might sound like an obvious question, but maybe not. I don't know. But why is it important for kids to eat healthy?
Yeah. So kids are extremely busy, and they're busy growing and learning. So the two critical things are their energy levels and their building of muscles. So those are the two critical things. And then, of course, we've got immunity as well. So your little one is actually needing a very nutritious diet in order to bed down all of those needs.
Now, I know that maybe a lot of parents feel that, but they're still young, you know, they can do with a, extra batch of, like, bought fish fingers or something, but it really comes down to instilling good eating habits. And you as a parent, you are the one responsible for that. So how can parents go about just being more aware of setting that example?
Yeah, so a couple of things. Definitely modeling what you eat, so your kids will follow your lead.
Yeah.
The second thing would be a healthy breakfast. Starting the day right every day is very, very important. Yes. And in fact, it sets up your child's eating for the rest of the day. And then in terms of the rest of the day, having regular meals and 2 snacks, because often we forget about the fact that little ones need quick energy. And so having snacks mid-morning and mid-afternoon and healthy lunchbox snacks become very, very important as well.
Yeah. So what are some of those kind of secrets that you can part with this morning, if I can say that? But because children in general, they're fussy eaters. If I just take a look at my 2 boys, it's hard to get them to eat your broccolis and your squash pumpkins and all of those kind of things. So how can you actually maybe hide it, but obviously you want to still keep the nutrients and make sure that it's still healthy?
Yeah, so definitely a quick fix is smoothies. So particularly like for little ones your kids' age, if they have been fussy during the day, you're battling to get in the fruit and veggies, giving them a nice smoothie in the evening is great. Often kids actually don't eat very well in the evenings, and so creating a smoothie that's got some fruit and vegetables in it is a wonderful way to go about it. And then also just preparing for the day ahead and making sure that you've got enough snacks in the fridge that are healthy, and particularly not processed carbohydrates. We don't want them to be snacking in on chips and sweets, because those things just fill the gap in terms of calories but do absolutely nothing nutritionally.
Yeah. Which is, I'm so glad you said that the majority of kids have problem eating at night, because it's been a struggle in my house. It's been absolutely crazy. I have to come up with very inventive ways to make sure that they eat something green or so. But you mentioned sugar as well. Sugar is a big culprit, I think, in many, many households, not only for the obvious, the sweets, but also within ingredients. So how do we look at that? How do we approach the whole big sugar debate with regards to our kids?
So sugar is hidden in absolutely everything. I mean, the majority of breakfast cereals have sugar in it. Almost every meal that you offer that's a pre-cooked meal from a shop has also got sugar in it. And so you don't want to have any added sugar. So a couple of the ways that you can get in some healthy sweetness, an example is dates. I mean, dates are absolutely wonderful in baking. There's actually lots of super recipes that replace sugar and, in fact, anything sweet with dates. So you can kind of mash them up and put them into baking. And also pop them on top of the porridge in the morning instead of putting a tablespoon of sugar on. So dates are wonderful. Maple syrup, which is very expensive, but used in very small doses can be cost effective, is a wonderful sweetener. It actually doesn't have any sugars in it. It really is the sap of the tree. So that's well worth using. And a little bit of honey as well. That would be the direction I would go. But trying to limit fruit juices and limit actual sugar, tablespoons of sugar, would be very important in a kid's diet.
And that is, I mean, like I mentioned, that is tough, because with the fast-paced lives that we're leading as parents and trying to, just make ends meet at the end of the day, it's very easy just to throw something on a plate and give it to the child. But I think really a little bit more thought needs to go into it.
Definitely. And you're just trying to avoid the sugar. You know, the other thing with sugar is that the more you have, the more you crave. And so as soon as you start cutting out of your child's diet, you'll actually find that they want less sugar as well. So try and avoid sugary fruit juices and sugar as a whole.
Perfect. Meg, thank you very much for joining us this morning for some brilliant advice. I mean, it's not always easy to get kids excited about healthy eating, but by setting a good example as a parent and with a few clever tricks, you can give them the nutritional head start that they do need to navigate through their own daily challenges.
South Africa's original oat champion now has a range of nutritious, delicious muesli. New Jungle Muesli, available in an exciting variety of flavors.
All right, so we know that getting our kids to eat healthy can sometimes be a slightly painful task. With Akina Force, though, we are coming up with some creative ways of keeping our kids healthy and strong this winter. And there's a nice benefit for us as well because we can also mirror them. So this morning we're making some super fun, super easy rainbow mini fruit skewers. Perfect for that healthy snack for school or when you're feeling a little peckish.
Super tasty as well.
Yeah, man.
And I like that you said that we get to mirror them as well, because I think that one of the easiest ways to do so, to introduce your children to fruit or healthy fruits and food, is to do so yourself first.
Dude, we were speaking about it, the mirror neurons in the brain, and your little boy is going to be copying you in so many ways, and he's going to want to eat what you're eating. Exactly. So you can set that foundation, but it does help to make it fun and delicious, and of course, power-packed when it comes to the nutrients.
Boom. Okay, so let's begin first with our blueberries. So, well, I'm just going creative.
Yeah, you just do it, man. Just go according to what makes sense for the eye.
An interesting fact that you know what does that saying go? The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. No, it's actually the darker the berry, the more nutritious it is. It's fully packed with vitamin C. There's dietary fiber in here as well. You've never heard that before? Is that a sweeter the berry, the darker the murubele. No.
But it is true, and of course berries, pack a punch. They punch way above their weight class when it comes to antioxidants. They are what we would consider a superfood, and obviously tons of vitamin C in there, which is great for the immune system, which is vital at this time
of
year.
For me, grapes I love for their dietary fiber. They certainly help to...
What you've always said, dude. You always said
they keep you on the regular, on the straight and narrow.
But also tons of vitamin C there, and they taste absolutely amazing. Then you're going to love the pineapple if it's dietary fiber you're after, my bro. But also high amounts of antioxidants in there as well.
And the wonderful thing is that most of these fruits are now in season, so you'll get them nice and cheaply.
And interestingly enough, pineapples have a high content of manganese, which is necessary for human bones, cartilage in joints, and most importantly, the brain. In fact, a lot of brain food going into this, and it's looking good, man.
Yeah, it's...
Why you seem disappointed?
I don't know. I expected more. I mean,
dude,
look at the ones.
Fit into a little.
No, but look at the ones that Nicole made. Nicole made them look cool. Like if you have a look at mine.
A smile. That's the only
exactly.
difference,
That's the problem here. But either way,
your nachi is just lying down. It's chilling. It's
get
all a
these
matter of perspective.
into the lunchbox, and you'll be sure to have your kids smiling and, of course.
And look, I know a lot of the time when taking our Akina Force, I like the power of the drop because it feels like you really are, getting all of those benefits, and it really does come with immune boosting capability, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, but we love the Akina Force Junior, a great tasting tablet that they can chew. So Akina Force Junior is now ideal when you're looking for the benefits of echinacea for your child especially. It's especially formulated with children in mind, with a pleasantly orange-flavoured chewable tablet that is easy to take in. And this Wednesday is the grand finale of our Akina Force Switzerland series. Ewan has literally been taking us behind the scenes. He's going to bring some more exciting news to reveal on the show as well. For the first time, the world has clinical proof of the effectiveness of echinacea in children in the form of A. Vogel's Akina Force. And we're going to reveal this breakthrough study just for you. I mean, we know it works because we've been forced to prove it on the show, and we've all become massive exponents of what it can do.
In the meantime, this is for you. I actually made that for you.
Thank you, love.
I'm trying to get you to mirror me.
Thank you, man. I love my dietary fiber.
Take a bite. Get your dietary fiber in. Good boy.
A. Vogel's Akina Force is the world's strongest herbal product that's clinically proven to prevent and treat colds, flu, and their complications.
Oh, now there's a romantic moment if I ever saw one. Thank you very much, gents. Right now, though, it's hard to shine with Mac Home Cleanup Series time. Now, the thing is, we're all looking for ways to retain the beauty of our homes and finishes as well. Now, surfaces have evolved over recent years so that keeping up to date on the do's and don'ts can be quite onerous. Now, today we're looking at floors and worktops with some valuable hints and tips brought to you by MAC's powerful trio of go-to products for all your cleaning needs.
Well, we're going to kick it off by taking a look at the MAC multi-purpose cream cleaner, which contains an active detergent and a soft abrasive to loosen and lift tough dirt, leaving surfaces clean, shiny and scratch-free. Now, MAC dishwashing liquid's concentrated high foam formulation. It includes the degreasing power of active lemon, keeping pots, crockery and of course glassware shiny clean. And it can also be used as a wide variety of other surfaces in your home. And MAC's multi-purpose thick bleach that combines an active detergent with bleach to effectively clean while disinfecting, giving you a 24-hour germ protection period.
And that is what you want, especially with, young ones in the house as well. You make sure that those surfaces are clean. Now, there's no need for expensive specialist floor and surface cleaners. The MAC Trio is really all you need. Now, when cleaning ceramic tiles, sweep or vacuum your floors regularly to prevent them from getting dull, which is, you want your, kind of surfaces being shiny and clean. And on wash days, make up a solution of MAC dishwashing liquid in warm water and mop the floors. Change the water frequently while mopping, as dirty water can result in the floor looking dull. And to clean the grout, use an old toothbrush or nail brush. Dip it into a strong solution of MAC thick bleach and wash the discolored grouting as you go along. And for very discolored areas, you may need that treatment to remain overnight as well to really make sure that they do shine at the end of the day.
The toothbrush is a really great trick. Now, moving on to tile countertops. They are popular in kitchens as well, and keeping them clean to ensure that your kitchen counters are sanitary is very important, and also important to make sure that they look new. Now, make up a solution of MAC dishwashing liquid in warm water and wash everything you use, and at least every time you use as well. And for stubborn food stains or spills, squirt some MAC cream cleaner directly onto the stain, which will loosen and lift the stubborn dirt, leaving surfaces clean and shiny and scratch-free. And make up a mild solution of MAC thick bleach using a toothbrush to scrub the grout, and also start at one end of the counter and work your way across to ensure that you get the entire area and that everything is cleaned.
Just like that. Then rinse with hot water. This will make a tile kitchen counter absolutely food safe, which is what we want. Then granolithic flooring. There's become a huge decor trend lately. Now, granolithic is a kind of visually pleasing alternative to your traditional concrete. And so what you do is you sweep the floors to remove all the dirt, as we said before as well. Stains and scuffs can be removed with a solution of MAC cream cleaner in warm water, used locally on marked areas as well. And mop with a solution of MAC dishwashing liquid in warm water to clean and restore the shine. And then also dry with a terry toweling mop to make sure that they are clean and safe.
Well, let's put the spotlight on granite tops, and research has shown that you don't really need any special cleaners to get granite tops shiny and streak-free. Now, make sure that your granite countertops is sealed, and unsealed or poorly sealed granite will soak up oil spills and stains. But to clean, use MAC cream cleaner and a microfiber cloth for daily wipe downs. And to remove stubborn food spills, use a solution of MAC cream cleaner and apply locally. Rinse and dry, and then it's ready to be shined.
Just like ready to shine. For our last tip this morning, melamine countertops are relatively easy to maintain, but you have to clean as you go, as melamine can absorb stains. So use MAC cream cleaner neat on stubborn stains and make up a solution for cleaning larger areas, or wipe down with a squirt of cream cleaner on a soft, damp cloth. It is as easy as that, and before you know it, you have your floors and your surfaces sparkly clean.
That's right. Well, like we promised you, MAC makes cleaning easy, and you can also win yourself a MAC hamper every week. And we have to say congratulations to Marie van der Merwe, who won the hamper last week. Now, if you want to stand a chance of winning, simply SMS the keyword MAC, that's MAQ, to 33728. Those SMSs are charged at R1.50 and no free SMSs apply. And those T's and C's can be found on our website, that's expressoshow.com. And this week's giveaway, it ends at midnight this Friday, so make sure you get those SMSs in.
New MAC Multi-Purpose Cream Cleaner easily removes tough dirt from surfaces all over the home, making it easy for you to shine.
Well, I'll tell you that the only terms and conditions that apply for now is that we're going to take a break, and when we come back, if you stick around, we promise you another awesome performance from the ladies of G&T. They're standing by. We'll see you after the break.
We started out real cool, taking me places I ain't never been. But now you're getting comfortable and do those things you do no more. Slowly making me pay for things your money should be handling.
And then you ask to use my car. Driving all day and don't fill up the tank. And you have the audacity to even come and step to me, ask to hold some money for me till you get your check next week.
You're trifling,
good for nothing type of brother.
a silly me. Why haven't I found another? A baller. When times get hard, he's the one to help me out. Instead of a scrub like you doesn't know what a man's about. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Can you pay my automobiles? Then maybe we can chill. I don't think you do. So you and me are through. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Can you pay my automobile? Then maybe we can chill. I don't think you do. So you and me are through.
Say my name when no one is around you. Say baby. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in for the last stanza of the show. Let's now engage our hearts. We believe that each of us can make a very big difference, but together we can make a massive change. And at Expresso, we have chosen to make a difference in the lives of those who need it most, children dealing with cancer. CHOC, the Childhood Cancer Foundation, aims to ease the burden by providing access to relevant information as well as emotional and practical support. So we would love for you to get involved and help us raise funds towards buying a brand new home away from home for our cancer patients and their families. And we've made it really easy for you to be able to donate. All you have to do is go to SnapScan, Zapper, BackaBuddy, or simply by EFT. But for more information, please go to our Expresso Facebook page or expressoshow.com.
All right, we're about to close down this Monday edition of your Feel Good Breakfast Show. G&T have been with us all morning long. We've enjoyed the music so much. You can catch them live performing at the Boardwalk ICC in Port Elizabeth, 4th of August. That's a Saturday, 8 p.m. The show starts. Get your tickets. They'll be part of the Divas 2018 production. And here they are, closing down the show with the Destiny's Child medley. Get it?
Give us some, please.
At first we started out real cool, taking me places I ain't never been.
But now you're getting comfortable and do those things you do no more. Slowly making me pay for things your money should be handling.
And then you ask to use my car. Driving all day and don't fill up the tank. And you have the audacity to even come and step to me, ask to hold some money from me till you get your check next week.
You're trifling,
good for nothing type of brother,
a silly me.
Why haven't I found another?
A baller.
When times are hard, I want to help me out.
Instead of
a scrub like you, know what a man's about.
Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Can you pay my automobiles? Then maybe we can chill. I don't think you do. So you and me are through. one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. If you ain't running game, say my name, say my name. You're acting kinda shady, ain't calling me baby. Why the sudden change? Say my name, when no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. If you ain't running game, say my name. You're acting kinda shady, ain't calling me baby. Better say my name.
The other day I would call, you would say, baby, how's your day? But today ain't the same. Every other word is a huh, you okay? Could it be that you in the crib with another lady?
If you take it there, first of all, let me say, I am not the one to sit around and be fake. So prove yourself to me, I'm the girl that you claim. Why don't you say the things that you said to me yesterday?
When you say that, I'm assuming things.
Something's going on, so wait and see.
Should've been the reason why I act this way.
Nobody's holding you back from me.
Big Show, made with love by Clover. Another feel-good production.
Someone's there to tell me who. Say my name, say my name. No one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. Say my name, say my name. You're acting kinda shady, you're calling me baby. Why the sudden change? Say my name, say my name. No one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. Say my name, say my name. You're acting kinda shady, you're calling me baby. Better say my name. Question, tell me what you think about me. About my own diamonds and about my own rings. Only ring is selling when I'm feeling lonely. When it's all over, please get up and leave.
Question, tell me what you think about this. Try to control me, boy, you get dismissed. Pay my own fun and I pay my own bills. For a 50-50 relationship.
Shoes on my feet, the clothes I'm wearing, and I bought it.
I'm rocking,
I bought it, 'cause I depend on me if I want it.
watch I'm wearing,
I bought it,
the house I live in,
I bought
the
it,
car I'm driving.
I bought it,
'Cause I depend on me.
'cause I depend on me.
All the ladies who independent, throw your hands up that way.
All the honeys making my love.
Throw your hands up that way.
All the ladies truly feel me.
Throw your hands up that way.
All the honeys across the dollar.
Throw your hands up that way.
Girl, I didn't know you could get down like that.
Charlie, how your angels get down like that.
Girl, I didn't know you could get down like that.
Charlie, how your angels get down like that.
I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop her, I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor, I'm gonna make it, I'm a survivor. No, mama told me better than that.
Thank you so much.